No, but we're live.
Oh. We're here!
One more.
And Richie's here!
Thank you, Vinny.
Limo Talk. Yeah, it's us. Board up extraordinaire Richard Zarelli. Bobby Ins 41 Inzarello. Professional Vinny inside. Bobby Lucero, who snapped at me. I don't know why. He's in a bad mood.
Now I know why.
But why? Who?
Gunnery Sergeant Thomas Highway was the character name of Clint
name
Eastwood
was Thomas
in the movie
Highway.
Heartbreak Ridge.
Well, you know
So
what?
we were trying to think of it.
I got to tell you something. I had a fun time at Larry Izzo's. And Rob Key.
Rob
Key
My
walked
umpire
in.
in chief walks in.
We got just people
Well,
walking in.
we're doing our intro.
Rob
That's
Key.
bet.
That's bet. Rob Keane walks in. We got Larry Izzo coming in later.
Larry Izzo, we just did a fun show over at his place.
We did.
With Noreen. And we had a lot of laughs on his Cooking with Comedians. Or whatever.
Cooking with
Cooking with
Comics.
Comics.
Cooking with Comics.
Larry Izzo's Cooking with Comics. And we had Graz's beans, baked beans with Aunt Jemima's syrup and marshmallows, which came out like soup. But it tasted pretty good.
Pretty good.
But I gotta say,
it was full of sugar.
it was loaded with sugar. It was like eating
Loaded.
it was like eating a lollipop. But then Rich comes out with his little corn.
Little?
No, with his little.
Well,
the
it was
corn.
little. See, I didn't know I had to
No,
cook for 12 people
Yeah, well,
to
I didn't know
eat
there was going to
later.
be 12 people there either. I thought there was going to be three
Exactly.
of us.
I would
I
have
didn't-
made.
yeah,
I would
I
have
would've-
made a larger portion.
I didn't mean it
I thought
because
it
the
was-
portion was little. I meant like you look at corn. It's little corn.
Yeah, but I made like a
So-
side. But
Well, like Chinese food corn?
He chopped it up. He chopped up the.
no, I made a corn salad.
It was funny because
Okay.
he
Like a
puts
cold
he
corn
puts
salad.
Okay.
he puts a couple of peppers and some fucking onions and shit like that into a bowl, saying, "Here's the shit I
Green
use."
pepper, red pepper, tomato,
I just
onion.
I just had chicken noodle soup at home, and I added a whole bunch of jalapenos. to it.
Awesome.
So I made a platter
Oh,
of baked
anyway, though,
beans.
getting back to where I was going with
Go.
this, he puts this out, and Graz, who we're sitting here patronizing, telling him his fucking plate is amazing and shit like that, how
Right.
good it was.
Great.
Richie puts his stuff out, and Graz's like, it's all out of the can. That's right, you didn't make that. That's out of the fucking can.
He starts
You
pissing
just
all
dumped
over
that-
my
and
fucking
it's
corn
ice
salad.
You
cold.
didn't have any of it?
It's ice
No.
cold. Would you put it in the
No.
fucking freezer?
He goes, what is that, a bag of mixed vegetables?
He
Because
just-
I had green pepper,
He-
red pepper.
he-
Yeah,
So
okay.
he
He
thought
thought
like
he
I
took
took
a
frozen bag of mixed
frozen
vegetables,
bag,
threw
and
it
let
in
it
a fucking bowl.
defrost, and we ate it out of the freezer.
What did you bring, Roz?
I made
Beans.
I
He brought
made
his
baked
fucking
beans.
sugar-filled
I made
freaking
baked
beans.
beans
Like
in a
bush,
platter.
like bushes out of a can?
Bushes out of the can.
Right.
No bushes.
Campbell's.
No.
He
Campbell's.
bought beans.
Campbell's.
He bought the low grade
Oh,
beans.
you put like
Yeah.
the beans you get at like
cheap bean.
a hockey arena.
Yeah, hockey arena beans.
So I put cinnamon all in on
cinnamon,
the top.
loaded up with cinnamon.
Loaded up with cinnamon.
Like a half a jar of cinnamon.
cinnamon, log cabin syrup,
And marshmallows.
and fucking marshmallows. Then he brings
marshmallows are
Noreen.
gross.
He brings Noreen the rest of his syrup. It's like this much left, and he goes, "You want me to bring this home? You want
No,
me to keep
no.
it?"
Did you take the beans
The
home?
only thing I took home was the cinnamon. Sarah, here, do you want a piece of apple pie that Bobby
What?
made? And do you want some baked beans with marshmallows?
We
and
ate all the
syrup?
corn salad.
What's wrong?
Made apple pie?
Yes.
Oh, I baked all day.
What's your problem today? You seem like you're in a bad mood.
Pissed off at Facebook.
All right, so don't get pissed off at us. Shit happens.
Are
We
we
can
not
always
on?
turn on till tomorrow. There's always tomorrow.
Hey, better to be pissed off than
Here,
Pissed
try
off.
this. Take this. Apple pie.
Come on,
and
go
baked-
eat.
I
Go
hope you
away,
like
please.
baked beans. Those are baked beans with marshmallows and syrup.
Go ahead, you'll fart your way to heaven.
Just for you.
No, don't, leave it in there. I don't want no
You'll
more.
actually
Put it in.
rise above the building in which how you're going to fart.
Put it in the garbage.
Shut up. It was pretty good.
Have
They
a
liked
cake.
it.
Have a cake.
Oh,
I got intimate.
Patronizing.
Why am I? I'm not
You like-
patronizing.
you did the rapper fantastic.
Individually wrapped. How about that?
You
I
did it
pressed-
yourself?
Yeah.
You have excellent penmanship. Look at that.
It took me
Are we
a
not
long
on,
time to
Graz?
write intimate.
Well, maybe we're fine. We're good. Everything's good.
Have a cake.
Rob Keene's here. Inz is in a good mood. You're
always-
here.
I'm always in a good
I'm
mood.
here. I'm usually not. All right. So I gave the food to
Have a
Sarah. Hey, some advice for you there, professional Vinny. Keep doing what you're doing on YouTube. I'm pretty proud of you. You guys
proud
are
of
doing.
me?
You guys are doing good. Yes.
Not a bad start.
Not a bad start.
Oh, Vinny's podcast?
Yeah, Vinny's podcast is
What's
doing
going
well.
on?
He's doing very well on YouTube.
Good.
You know how we did when Gov's Radio, when we went from Gov's Radio and switched to Mike Nicolia's, and we had to go to YouTube, and we were hitting 200, 300, 400 a show from Nicolia's house because it was on YouTube? That's what they're doing right now.
Oh yeah, the Colliers, the other place we've been kicked out of.
Yeah, but we haven't been kicked out of here.
Chalice.
Not yet.
We haven't been
Chalice
kicked out of
is-
here.
Still working on it.
We're working on it, but we haven't been kicked out of here. He likes us, but he scares me when he gets like that because I don't know why he gets an attitude sometimes. Well, don't be mad at me because you can't get on Facebook and everything else. No? Am I wrong?
I thought it was totally
are we on
unwarranted.
live?
You are.
Here
live.
we are. Here
You're
we
on-
are, faithful.
You're on Facebook
Sunday.
and on YouTube.
Excuse me. Here we are, faithful, on our Sunday night here at 9 o'clock, ready to go. 9:15, our show starts.
Yes.
And we're copping an attitude. What the fuck needs to cop an attitude?
I think he's getting mad because
You know,
he's
I
having-
think he's getting old. I think he needs to fucking get laid.
Please don't get us in
Wow.
trouble. Wow.
Could be right.
Keith's like,
I think we all need. You know, I think we all need to get laid.
Keen, everybody. Keen, how long are you married?
Actually, the 26th will be 30 years.
30 years.
Wow.
30 years. Papa beer.
Nice.
Papa beer for
Yeah.
that.
Look,
at-
have some
oh,
of
look at that.
Look at that. I'll have some of that, Keen.
Don't worry about the cum stains.
Zarelli,
It's
how
all
long
over
you
the
married?
carpet
How
anyway.
long are you married, Zarelli?
We just turned 25 years on October 10th.
I'm
month ago.
20. I'm 21, 22, 21, 21 years.
And Just celebrated the 2-5.
Don't fucking ask.
Bobby, how long
No,
have you been
I'm
married?
done. I'm done.
What do you mean you're done? There's no answer to that question?
No.
Look, it's like
Here we go.
it's like having a dead car in your driveway. Right? You bought a 2005 car, and in 2015 it fucking dies, and in 2024 it's still laying in the driveway. Are you still driving the fucking car? No. No. It's dead in the driveway.
You're still humping the exhaust.
Oh well, yeah. You see me then. But I thought those were private moments in the yard. But you know, you still
that down.
you don't have a 2005 fucking. Oh, look at this. You don't have a 2005 Escape anymore that you're driving. It's just in the driveway.
I'm telling you, all I could.
It's my best analogy. If it made sense to
It
you.
did make sense to me.
Pretty good.
It's so good. So she went away to PTA this weekend. She left on Friday.
No, she's still no. Oh, your wife.
Yeah, she went away to PTA this weekend.
She went. Who goes away to PTA?
Where they go,
She's
Niagara
getting-
Falls again?
No, they
She's
went
fucking
to,
getting laid. What the
Come
fuck are you
on,
talking
that's my
about?
wife, dude.
I know. You should be out there.
She said, Sarah, easy.
Somebody goes like this here.
Easy.
Somebody goes, honey, I'm going away to PTA.
I saw
Fuck ever
PTA
said
conference.
words that have never been said. I'm going away to PTA.
My wife is going to be very mad that you said that. That's not very nice. My wife's a good lady. Don't do that.
All right, don't be fucking
PP
righteous with me. I don't need it. First of all, you
Penis tugging anal? Is that what that is?
fuck that. Yeah, look, it's even worse.
Guys. So she.
First of all, his wife is a sweetheart,
Thank
and I
you.
got nothing bad to say. But I'm just saying, I think she needs a little side action. I saw you sweating tonight. He's fucking.
I was about to drop dead.
We're in a fucking
Oh, my God.
kitchen. We're in
Yeah.
a kitchen doing a fucking cooking show with Larry Izzo.
Yep.
And he fucking sweating profusely. The kitchen must be there was no ovens on.
No.
The kitchen must have been about 68 degrees. He's fucking sweating profusely doing his presentation of his baked beans. His watery, fucking soupy baked beans. And we're sitting there going, what the fuck is wrong with him? Larry's going, should I call an ambulance?
Baked bean marshmallow soup.
And then he goes out. Then he goes outside.
I
and
was sweating, bro.
Stands on the deck.
I was
I thought you were
sweating.
going to jump in the fucking pool.
In the middle of the
I
show.
it was so hot in there.
It was not hot.
Where was this?
This hat. Larry, see
Larry's
the hat?
house.
See the hat?
Okay.
So we cooked in front. Larry Izzo's got a nice kitchen.
Okay.
But I was overheating at one point. These guys are catching me, and as I'm overheating.
Menopausal?
I got to say though,
What?
Overheated.
Larry's
Man-
a really nice guy.
menopausal?
His
Yeah.
friends were really cool.
It was
Yeah.
And Noreen
Little
is fucking
gross.
awesome.
Yeah, man.
Noreen
Woman
is
in?
awesome.
so,
Excuse me.
So
Guys.
hospitable, welcoming you to her home.
Noreen is awesome.
She is.
Good job, Larry Izzo.
So
Good
I
job,
gotta
Noreen.
say, and I really did.
Very gracious
I've known of Noreen for a while, and I know of L&M Printing, which is on Merrick Road in Valley Stream.
Okay.
And I never ever used their services over there, but in retrospect, I should have gone there 20 years ago because she's classy, she's nice. She's
a nice person.
patient.
She's a nice
She's a
person.
good person. She really is. And when Sharon Daly, who does the parties for the Person of the Year in Valley Stream with the club,
Okay.
the local club,
Yep.
and it's like a fundraiser, and she picked Noreen this year.
Okay.
And I went to the show, and I was, and she's involved in like so many fucking things. She's involved with her father started this business years and years ago, and she took it over after he passed, or when he was getting older. I think she took it over, and
She forced him
I
out?
learned a lot. Yeah, she forced him out, and then and then I got to meet her, and I got to see her, and I really got to know her because I knew of her, but I really didn't know her.
She was talking very nice about you.
She is a fucking great person, man. And I sit there going, wow, how do you get like this? How do you get this nice? How do you get this classy? She's classy.
Yeah.
And Larry's a lucky guy.
And he's a good person,
I only
too.
know one person who's a little bit better than that.
Who's that?
Ah, come on.
Me?
Yeah,
No,
you.
It's not you.
No, she might live in She might live in no, nobody that you know, not in Farmingdale.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah,
You know who I'm
does that
talking
mean?
What the hell does
about?
that mean?
Why, nobody at Farmingdale could be nice?
No, I'm just saying he's thinking him. Not fucking
No, it's definitely not him. That's just
Who
weird.
is it?
Linda.
The Daler.
I thought
She's a
someone-
Daler.
I know.
She doesn't
Bobby's
live in
Daler.
Farmingdale, though.
I know.
She lives
in
Bayville.
Bayville, right? I know. All right, you got me. I know. All right, hold on. Let me say hello to everybody. Ann Rothney saying hello. Greg DiFilippo, Ann Rothney, good evening, Limo Talk. Hey, Graz, thanks for the hats. The kids loved them. I'm going tomorrow to the post office,
Thanks for the
DiFilippo.
hats. What are we missing?
I got 2 hats for
You gotta
DiFilippo.
preface
Not the
that.
one you're wearing.
No, this is
That
my.
hat, you know what was so fucking funny? Larry comes in now. First of all, I'm not a hat person. I'm not even an earphone person, but nah. So I hate wearing hats. I coached baseball for 30 fucking years. I've never worn a hat. Never ever worn a hat unless they
crazy.
force me to in a tournament. Like at Cooperstown, Dreams Park,
yeah, Dreams
they
Park.
make you wear the fucking hat because they want their fucking logo on your head. So anyway, so I gave into that. But that's the only time I think I've ever worn a hat. So
He wanted.
so I go in there tonight, and she goes, "You have to wear the apron and the hat and the cap, the chef's hat." I was like, "I ain't putting any hat on. I ain't fucking doing it." And I didn't. I didn't put it on. He put it on, but he puts it on
And
like
he has
that.
taken it off.
And he looks fucking ridiculous. He looks so ridiculous. Rich looked good in his hat. He flattened it out like a chef
I did look
would.
good at my hat.
Did
I
you?
rocked it.
Any pictures?
He looked like Ed Norton.
We do have some pictures.
We're up on
Graz?
Ed
Instagram.
Norton.
At Gotham Gold Graz. You can take a look.
I'm gonna
Hey,
ask
Greg,
you.
Core A Apple.
I
Take a
really
look.
felt like I was in the Ed Norton, Ralph Cramden sketch of
It was fun.
the happy housewife helper.
Wouldn't it? Like, what's it? I Love Lucy. With like, she
Oh,
was wearing
all
a hat.
that.
She's shoving the
And
candies
she's
in her
doing
mouth.
the candies, yeah. That was great on the conveyor belt.
Lucy.
That's right.
Well, that explains why you have a full head of hair, DiFilippo says, because you don't wear any hats.
You never wear a hat.
Graz
I
made-
was told very, very young, very, very young, people who wear hats.
I always wear hats.
I know you do. There's always
But I have a lot of
exceptions.
hair.
I didn't say you didn't. Don't get defensive.
I didn't say
about
you
the
did.
hair.
I didn't.
All right, listen to me. But there's always been a reason why I never wore a hat, and that's the reason.
Really?
What's the reason?
Because you
I
thought,
just don't. No, I just don't like them. Number one.
You think
But
that-
number two, I always was told that people who go bald do it because they wear hats a lot.
that's what I heard too.
Really?
Graz made a baked bean dish. I take him more as a deep fried Twinkie guy. Graz, I guess you didn't realize your wife flew down to Tampa this weekend.
Oh, but that's okay.
He's kidding around.
I wasn't.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
That's a different kind of kidding.
Ann Rothney, I saw Larry
Yeah,
and John.
your kind of kidding is offensive. Greg's kind of kidding
That's
is
my
funny.
wife. Greg, hilarious.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Come on,
Yours?
you know,
What is wrong with you?
Way to go, Greg. I'm glad you can make him laugh.
I saw Larry and John's show. I like seeing them cook. It was fun. Bruno Capolo, good evening, gentlemen.
Who was the name? What's the name of the guy that was with us? I can't remember his name.
Rich
The other guy, Rich, and his girlfriend.
and
was
Daisy.
Victoria.
Victoria.
Great people.
Victoria. It was Larry Izzo. He's awesome. Noreen. She's awesome. It was Joan, their friend for a long time, friends with Noreen.
Yep.
It was Rich, who does great
Imitations. very good.
imitations. It was his girlfriend, Daisy, I thought it was?
Victoria.
Victoria.
That's close. Daisy, Victoria. I get them
Very
confused.
close.
And
Victoria, that's right.
One's a flower, one's not.
then us. and then us. So we were hanging out. I enjoyed him very much.
Victoria is really sweet, nice person. And,
Very
and-
nice
and,
people.
Rich, isn't it?
Yes, and
Great
they fed
atmosphere.
us. They fed us too.
Yes, some
I
chicken.
didn't expect that.
See, now I expected it. I want to tell you why. Because he texted us and said, we're going in a barbecue direction, so I would like you to make a side dish, a.k.a. a potato salad, macaroni salad, coleslaw. So that's when I wrote
Or
back.
watery beans.
Or watery beans. Well, that's why
Or
I wrote
bean
back
soup.
and made the beans. Let me tell you something. As much as you want to make fun of it,
With marshmallows.
I'm focused now. It took me 18 minutes to get focused. I don't think that was a bad dish.
Hold
I
on
didn't
a
say it was
second.
a
Did
bad
I say
dish.
it was bad?
No.
It's just said it
What
was
I said
watery.
was it tasted It tasted very good, but it was watery, and you just pissed all over fucking Rich's dish.
My corn
You
salad.
pissed all over his salad.
Which was
and he actually spent time on that fucking thing,
Which was
and
really
it was
good.
tasty as hell. And
It
it had
was.
apple cider vinegar in it, which I love.
It was.
and it fucking was ice cold. It was nice. It was refreshing. Especially,
Right.
I had to soothe my fucking palate after eating your fucking harsh
The
beans.
sugar
Oh,
beans.
please. You guys enjoyed it, and you were talking nice
I
about
had
it.
one fucking. I had one little spoonful of your
Just mine?
beans because
Yes.
I can't eat that shit.
Okay.
I have stomach problems as it is.
I know
And I'm
that.
drinking beer tonight, which Richie was. You guys very nice to go get the Peronis, which was really cool. But I did go get the Anthem-Mints. I got the Anthem-Mints Bacon Delights.
And
Bacon Delights. Do you want one, Bob?
Keen
Yeah, I
brought
can
us.
have one.
Keen, what was the beer you brought us?
What I brought in? Today I brought
it
in
the
Great
ginger-
South Bay Breakfast Nook Lager.
What
which
is that? Looks like Bazooka Joe.
lager brewed with vanilla, cinnamon, and maple syrup. So you guys are
Maple syrup. That's perfect with the beans.
exactly.
And the maple syrup that was in the beans.
Exactly.
Listen, it came out soupy.
It tasted very good.
But it
I'm
tasted
gonna be
good.
honest. It tasted good.
Thank you.
You
It
know,
was good.
it's like.
I appreciate
it's,
that.
It's like you know how you look at something and you say, well, it doesn't look that great.
No, it looked like shit.
It looked like diarrhea.
Yeah, it did.
But
I agree. I can't argue with you.
it looked like a it looked like a bowel movement there, huh?
It looked like somebody
but-
shit their pants.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
4 cans of it.
And it came out and tasted good.
It did.
You know what you should have done with that? A little longer. Cook a little longer.
At 35 minutes.
Nah, he needs it an hour. That way all the liquid you had in there.
Yeah.
And you should have
It didn't
uncovered
s-
it.
I know it. Oh, yeah. I shouldn't have covered it.
Cover
I-
it, you
I-
get it
You
mushy.
uncover that, you get a nice brown on that
Right,
marshmallow,
right.
and it thickens up a little bit. Yeah.
You know what I am good at? You know what I'm really good at? I'm good at telling people how to cook shit, but I don't do it myself.
Yeah, but you made a good apple pie.
It was delicious, right?
It was delicious, dude. I was very happy about that.
Yeah,
you
that's
know what
all-
I was even more happy
My
about?
mother always said the favorite part is the crust. And that was a good crust.
You showing up,
You have
man.
ice cream too. You have the a
No.
la mode, right?
No,
a
I
la
should have
mode.
told him.
Lot
You know
lot
what's
of
funny?
giant scoop of vanilla ice cream.
Larry throws it in the fucking oven, right? It's out of a box, right? He throws it in the oven, and then he makes me put on an oven mitt and shit to take it out, serve it up. It was fucking ridiculous, but funny as hell.
He is. I gotta tell you something. He's got a nice thing going on with that, and I wish him well. It's called Larry Cooking with Comics. Larry Izzo. Find it on Larry Izzo on YouTube. Also, Larry Izzo comedian at gmail.com. I did.
You know, when Larry's here, Larry was sitting here a couple of weeks ago, right? He's sitting over here. We got Larry Izzo, Rich Zarilli, Bobby Inzerillo,
and Anthony
right?
Gra- yeah.
And Anthony Grazide. And I was like, we're the killer Z's. We have Z's. We all have Z's. I'm sorry, Rob.
Keen.
Robs, R-O-B-S-Z, Robs.
Ah,
Robs
there you
Keen.
go.
There you go. I'm back.
I was trying to
Keen.
find a way to get him in there. Keen's. How about Keen's?
Keen's.
That's it.
Keen's. Thanks for showing
We
up
all need
last week.
Z's.
I
Keen's
appreciate
Chop
it.
House.
Oh,
We
that-
enjoyed. I turned to Bobby. I turned to Richie, and I said, I had a good time. I said the beers were good. Rob showed up at the right time, hang out with us a little bit. I asked him.
Yeah,
to
it was a
come
good
in.
time.
Good stuff.
Good times.
Good time.
You having a good time? Where are you going? You're going away,
still
aren't you?
on
Yeah,
Plan.
I'm actually going to Aruba on Wednesday morning.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, picking you up.
It's picking me up.
Nice.
You got any room there?
Yeah, I think so.
I jump aboard?
Absolutely.
long
I need to get
How
the
long,
fuck
we're
out of
going-
here.
we're
No,
going
really
out-
though, Rob. You
Thanksgiving?
still umpiring.
I am. I am still umpiring, and I'm.
Which
assigned-
organization are you with now?
It's USA softball. It's men's slow pitch.
I thought it was ASA.
ASA and USA. ASA is now USA softball.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
They dropped the A and put in a
been,
U.
been doing that. Yeah, actually, you know what? We had.
So you're an assigner.
I am a sign and an umpire. So I get the.
Don't you
How
do
much
that?
we get? How much you pay in a game now for?
There are, depends on the league, but typically if you go down for 2 games. You're there for doubleheader. Like each team is a home, and you're getting like $1.20.
Wow.
So you're getting $60 a game.
Yeah.
Joe
How
Creepy
long
Ash
is the
just
game?
said-
An hour?
Hour and a half.
15?
Dude, that's good money. And
Hour.
is it
Usually
cash?
out of there with less than 3 hours.
Is it
most Of the,
cash?
No, I
yeah,
remember
most of the
being
leagues
an
are
hour and a
cash.
half game softball.
Well, usually if you get down for a game, it's at
That's
like a 9
$40
o'clock
an
start.
hour.
7 innings, 6 innings.
7-inning games. Usually you get down there. It's like for
$40
is this a
an hour?
if it's a 6:30 start, you're out of there before 9 because it's a 9 o'clock game. So 2 hours and 45. If you
I umpired for 3 years. I did.
baseball, or
but
softball?
I did baseball.
Baseball.
I did it with AFU with the best there was in the business, which
Yeah.
is Bob Fontaine.
AFU.
AFU. But Bob Fontaine has it down.
It's kind of funny how,
Association.
like, head of the umpires, head of Farmingdale baseball,
Well,
head of Valley
Well,
Street baseball,
head of umpires for
douchebag.
Farmingdale baseball.
Head douchebag.
I also train the kids for in-house umpiring
He
as well.
trains all our youth umpires.
You know what the real problem today is now is the umpires get zero respect.
It's the
and,
parents.
and they're getting fucking peed on all the time.
Yeah.
But
Because of the fucking parents.
but yeah, it's all about the parents. It is. It's all about the parents.
well, the
Getting-
parents make it about the parents.
You know what? And the way I look at it is this: if you are umpiring a game and you're consistent, and maybe you're a little bit off, but if you're consistent throughout the course of the game, all right, fine. But if you fucking make it ridiculous, like if you
Yeah.
screw up, like you go, and I was always told this, and this is baseball though. This is all baseball. Bob Fontaine's rule was, you can cheat a little east and west.
Yeah, not north south though.
But do not
Definitely
cheat
not
north
north.
and south.
Nope.
Right? And so you don't want to call a high pitch a strike or a low
Yep.
pitch a strike. But the bottom line is if you start establishing your strike zone early in the game
Yep.
and you consistently keep it that way, you're not going to run into much of a problem. But if you change it, and the worst thing you could ever do in umpiring is make up for a bad call.
Yeah. Or yeah. That's,
You don't make up for a bad
No.
call. You fucked it up, you fucked it up.
I had a play that I fucked up, and I basically, they said it was a double play in the infield, and like I was, like I just had like a brain fart, and I fucked it up, and I called. I said I fucked it up. I didn't see it. I missed. I was looking over here at this play over here. I didn't see that over there, and I screwed it up. Like.
And the bottom
all right.
line, and the bottom line
You know, they can't
it's
do anything about
crazy because you fessed up.
Yeah.
You owned up to it.
Yeah.
It's when you say, "Oh no, he was fucking,"
Yeah.
you like you. What are you talking? Don't tell me you fucking out. This
Right.
guy was fucking safe as can be. What the hell? He's crossing the bag and the ball's still across the infield.
Exactly.
You know, and
Usually
that's
when
when you
people-
look like an idiot.
Usually when people argue, I let them know that I could take his name and phone number, and we have a class in February. You can come down and learn how to umpire. You'd be great. That usually shuts them off.
You can
Well,
do
the
a
thing
great
is
job
too
for us.
is no one's going to the World Series based on anything that you're doing
No.
over there.
Oh, come on. Really?
No.
Are you
Oh,
sure?
you guys, please.
Well, it's great. It's like I'm also now involved in Farmingdale baseball's teaching the kids how to umpire, and
You got a lot of young guys doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would admit that those kids try. They
Yeah.
do try.
Well, the
It
main
is
thing
a
is
little,
just to
a
get-
little different with these. I want to do a couple of shout outs
Sure.
first. These people have been waiting over here. Tell Bobby Lacerda that the TV behind Graz is hung up too high. Sincerely, the OCD guy. Bruno Capolo said apple pie out of the box.
Wait a minute. What's hung up too high?
Yeah, the TV behind you is hung up a little too high.
Oh yeah.
Behind
All
who?
right.
I
Behind
don't
you.
think so.
Well,
No,
somebody,
it's not. It could be even higher.
somebody with
if
OCD,
you look
the
at
OCD
even.
guy.
I'm
Oh
looking at
no,
him
it's
right
on
now.
level.
Look behind you though.
Yeah.
It's not level.
Well-
this side
Oh.
is
A little
lower than
left
that
side. Left side has got to go up, or the right side's got to come down.
I can't
Somehow
believe
that's Graz's fault
No,
for
it's not
breaking
mine.
the
Yeah,
TV.
If you look at our weather map,
Yes, it is.
So I
You'll
got
notice-
myself in trouble.
there's a warm front coming.
Go, please.
Right, the Limo is going to be a cold front, and the T is going to be a warm front, and we're going to cause some really crazy weather.
Joe Krupiesha says, hi guys. Jim
Hi,
Seba.
Joe Krupi.
Jim Seba, as Graz says, drink
Seba.
yourself a personality. Jim Seba said, there's another guy.
When's
I mean,
Seba?
Seba's thing is the 30th.
The 30. All right.
Yeah,
I'll be
Seba.
around.
The Seba, I already put it up on all my sites.
I'm going to be around.
The Jim Seba and Dave Spano.
Dave Spano.
Dave
Yep.
Spano, they have a Farmingdale bar crawl.
That's a good time,
It's
man.
a good time. Mike Bott giving me 9 different fingers. Thanks, Bott. How's your flag football team?
And we won. And you know, by the way,
Oh, you didn't win.
Who
you
won the
always,
championship?
you always complain about how people get on your case. This guy gives you 9 figures a week.
Yeah, we
all
just
right?
beat him in flag
And you
football.
just, oh, good for you.
Yeah, we beat him in the finals.
You did?
Wasn't that like
Well,
Hey,
Thurston,
guys.
That was like
my
over a
son
week
had
ago.
my son had like 7 catches, didn't drop a ball. Jeff Thurston, the kids, the one of the coaches.
Thurston.
Notice how he gives you, his son's
Yeah,
stats.
nobody else did well.
Right, nobody else did well.
did
He just gave you his son.
Yeah, of course.
This is what my son did. Did you catch that at all?
I'm gloating. Listen, the kid, they played very
I know
well.
you have very little to be proud of. You might as well be proud of your kids.
I'm proud of my kid. I'm proud of my kid. The guy's won 3 years in a row. He wasn't at the game. He was at his daughter's lacrosse game. He
Who?
got it. The coach of the other team.
Mike Bott.
We beat him. Mike Bott lost. We beat him in flag football.
I don't know if that counts. You
Wow.
beat him.
I
He
don't give a
wasn't
shit.
there.
According to Ralph
Yes,
Morales,
his loss.
He wasn't
according
there.
to Ralph Morales and flag football, it's a win. We got the shirt to prove it.
Well, speaking of Ralph Morales, the phenomenal play by his son Mateo Morales
Theo!
yesterday at Hofstra
Theo!
with a pick 6 against Syosset. Dallas
Love the
win
pick six.
21-0.
Did,
So they play Massapequa next week.
Next week
week,
next
that's
week
gonna
for the
be a-
national
that's gonna be a
title,
war.
4 o'clock
Yeah.
at Hofstra.
Wow.
You know what's
See you
not
there.
going on in Valley Stream?
What?
Anything like this.
You have no-
Anything good. We got nothing good going on.
Farmingdale's got some football.
Farmingdale's
teams.
fucking amazing.
They got a
and,
good football
and
team.
East
Baseball.
Meadow, I mean, everywhere. Massapequa, everybody's got something going on. Valley Stream is like, I think we're having a.
Well, shout
There
out
might,
to
there might be
Mateo.
a
Great
soccer
job.
game this week. Who's playing? I don't know. And it's like, who the fuck cares? Nobody cares. We got nothing going on.
All right. Taz, the resident
we gotta
artist,
build
saying
it up.
hello. All right, guys, share the show. Give us a like. Give us a love. So it's going to be a little weird tonight because I think I'm going to go sit where professional Vinny's sitting inside, and I'm going to let Larry Izzo take my spot.
Is Larry here?
Next to Inns.
Larry is here.
Larry's here.
Larry, I can get up and get out
No,
of here.
that's all right. I enjoy your company. I could go sit next to professional Vinny. I don't have to.
No problem. Go sit in my car.
So keep it warm.
Right.
Rob,
You're
here's
going to
the
go
deal.
sit next to Vinny?
Here's the deal. People know my voice. I don't have to be on the air. People know what I look like. I'm even
my
wearing the
God.
Larry Izzo hat.
I could sit with Vinny.
What's the problem? What's the problem, Inns?
I go home.
I don't want you to go home. I could go inside. Don't worry. I'm good with it.
Greg DeFilippo wants to know, when is the pay-per-view coming out?
I would like to know when the
Any
Of the
idea
Larry
on that?
Izzo show? Or what?
no,
the cooking show?
no.
Bobby Lacera needs to answer that question.
Larry,
come in here.
Larry, I think those beans should have worked on you by now.
Larry!
There's a lot of gas going on. How you doing, guys?
Larry, you're going to sit where I am. I'm going inside.
Lefts with Larry. We're gonna have
Yeah, really. The host is moving. The host doesn't have to be
He
here.
doesn't care.
I don't care, dude.
The host. That's like a disease.
Okay, I was eating apple pie.
I'm sorry.
You got more apple pie?
Did I say
Oh, you
something
brought the
wrong?
rest of the apple pie?
There was
No, I just think it's stupid that you're leaving.
No beans
I'm
in
going
it.
inside.
All right, we're on the air. I'm talking about how we're gonna do here. I don't know, Larry. Have a seat
Don't hit the TV.
at the forefront.
I never
of
thought he'd leave.
of limo talk.
I never thought he'd leave.
I know, I never thought he'd
Oh
get out
my
of here.
God! It took. I had to actually act like I wanted.
Now he's
to
just going
say
to
it.
interrupt from the other room. Watch.
So Larry, we had a freaking blast at your house.
I gotta
We
tell
did.
you,
I
I'm still hot.
We had a good time.
We had a really good time.
Ross was melting over there. What the
Yeah.
hell is that all about? That was
know,
weird.
man.
It was,
He was a
like
little
65
overheated.
degrees in there.
It was.
The door's open.
It was not.
The door's wide open. There's nice cool air coming
He
across.
had 4
and he's like,
sweatshirts
I'm
on.
sweating.
He had 4
sweating.
sweatshirts on.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? I want to check his blood pressure and shit.
He was sweating like
I
crazy,
thought he was
too.
going down personally, but
Then he went outside, and I was funny when you were like, all right, we're going to make an entrance from over here. So he goes outside.
He goes outside
He goes outside
to walk
in the yard. He's in the yard.
I
We're supposed
couldn't-
to
I
walk
was
in
getting
from the
hot,
side
dude.
room From where the living room is.
No, but you thought we were going to come in that way.
And he goes, we're going to come in to the fucking yard. He's
Hey.
standing outside like that's the green room.
It was a good time. Had a
It was
real good
fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I ended up making it there.
Yeah, me too.
Because I was on, I was sitting at Itkins. Now, don't get me wrong. I haven't been, Itkins used to be a great place in Valley Stream, and I went there tonight. First time in like 20 years I've gone to Itkins. And I said, you know what? I was going to go to Mitchell's. I love Mitchell's. And I said, you know what? Let me just go get a tuna sandwich at Itkins. I'm sitting at Itkins, and Grouse goes, coming? Are you coming? I was like, what? I said, I thought the show started at 6. It was 6:20.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he
but you were
goes,
calling
"No,
me
we're
too,
not
you
on
know.
yet."
You were calling me, you know that,
I
right?
called you an hour before that. So when I didn't hear back, I was like, eh. So I
Well,
can't
we
do
were
it.
just hanging out, having a good time.
So now I get there,
Serving us wine and drinks.
and it was like-
Chicken and everything
They gotta
else.
loosen up the crowd.
Chicken.
It was just a great time. It really was.
Hey, you got a good thing going. Larry Izzo, first of all, put the headphones on, Larry, so you can hear what's going
Get
on.
the headphones on there, Larry.
All right, Mr. Huygens, that's first of all. Second of all, Limo Talk. Please share the show. Give us a like. Give us a love. Comedian Larry Izzo hanging out with us tonight. Non-comedian Rob Keane.
Non-comedian.
Not funny guy.
Not funny, Rob.
Not funny Rob's here.
NFR.
NFR, I like it.
Board up extraordinaire Richard Zarelli, Bobby Inns 41 and Zarello, Bobby Lacerra inside. He hates us. And professional soon-to-be executive Vinny. I'm spitting all over his microphone.
I was at 7-Eleven, which I call Sev's. 7-Eleven is officially known as Sev's
Sev's?
in Malvern
Sev's.
Valley Stream Talk from my friends back at the Log and Spawn Ranch when we hung out. We called it We're Going to Sev's. I went to Sev's tonight to grab some delicious Entenmann's Baker's Delights. I wanted the Entenmann's, right? So I go in and they have this hanging on the shelf. I go up to the guy. I go, hey, how much is that? It's $4.99. I go, all right, yeah, I had that time bill over there. So I got my I Love Trump, which I'm very happy Donald Trump won, by the way. Didn't know if anybody knew that. I was happy about that.
I think people are aware.
Might be aware.
I think by now they are.
So apparently there were some people at the Larry Izzo show that did not appreciate Donald Trump.
You know, it is the way it flows. I don't. My wife included.
That is what it is.
Well, she's on our side.
She's on
just
your
doesn't
side
like
now,
him.
and now she's turning.
And my favorite thing to say is, if you don't like if you like the message, why do you care how it's delivered? I know he could be an ass. I know he can.
For sure, but
He can be an arrogant fuck, but he's on the right side of every issue for me. So that's all I care
He's
about.
toned down over the past.
And he has.
Yeah,
He
a little
has.
bit.
With age. He has. You know, once he passed 76, I think he kind of mellowed out a little bit.
He matured.
at this
know,
point, he's got nothing to lose.
He's got
this is
absolutely nothing.
Last
No.
4 years, you know. So I think he'll really try to pull it together and leave.
I think he will.
Himself a legacy instead of being known.
Gonna be a good
as
legacy if he
as a
keeps
I don't
it
know
up.
about
Just as
that
being,
because this is how he got elected again, was being that way. So why would he change anything?
No, he doesn't need to, though.
Right.
I'm
He
not
doesn't need
saying-
to do anything.
Right, he doesn't need to do it, but I'm saying I think he'll bring the country closer together. This is my opinion. I don't know.
No, I do. I agree with you.
I think that the people, you know, that he has in place for the, like Robert Kennedy, I think he's going to do a real good job with this.
Brilliant move to get him involved.
You know.
Really was. I like Robert Kennedy.
But everybody takes
I don't-
everything
I
out of
don't really
context.
understand.
Well, how come everybody's
Why
bitching
he
about
does
Matt
what he
Gates?
does. I
Inns?
What?
Why is everybody bitching about Matt Gates? Because it allegedly was with a 17-year-old?
I don't even know what the basis of that is all about, but all I know is the guy sounds like a perfect choice for what he's looking for there. And Attorney General, I don't know.
I know nothing about him.
And I really like the guy he picked for Border Czar.
Yeah, that guy was on.
That guy's fucking amazing.
He was
Holm.
actually on a couple weeks ago. He was on 60 Minutes.
Yeah, he's
And he
not
was
taking
actually-
any
he
They,
bullshit.
they said to him, girl goes, don't you think that it's going to cost a lot of money to send all these people back? He goes, is there a price tag on your safety? He goes, you want to put a price tag on your safety? Or is he goes, who cares? So she was like,
Absolutely.
oh.
And
Yeah,
meanwhile,
yeah.
he's
Or
going,
when she-
pack your bags.
What about when she threw at him, well, aren't you worried about separating families if some are U.S. citizens?
Yes, and what he
some
said
aren't?
was?
And what he said
Well,
was,
she's
no,
done
they
that
don't have
too.
to. They don't have to be separated. They can all go together.
We could deport them all together.
Yeah. They don't have to be separated at all.
That guy's tough. I like him.
That guy is not messing around. You know, there is no joking around with Mr.
But you know, you see
Hannon,
what's happened, though?
Hornan, whatever his name is.
The amazing thing is, you got all these fucking wackos, and I'm sorry to call people wackos, but it's one thing to be at a circus and have a freak show, but to have freak show running your country really bothers me. And you look at the people that are now being displaced by the new people that Trump is putting in for his administration. it's like normal people are back in the forefront. And I don't mind the freaks. I really don't. I just don't want them running my show. I don't want them running my country. I don't. I'll enjoy the freaks. I can hang out and have a beer with the freaks and the wackos and the fucking psychos. Great. Good times.
I got it.
You're all welcome here. But I don't want you running my fucking country. I really don't.
Seemed like a mishmash of people too. It's just like that lady was like was a man. Thought she was a man. She's
with the uniform on.
yeah,
and
with the
fucking
uniform
skirt.
on.
Right,
Yes.
Oh, I missed that.
And you go from an ugly man to an even uglier woman. You know? I mean, he was not a good-looking guy. And you think not being a good-looking guy is going to make you a pretty woman? Ain't happening.
Hey, so we're being listened to at Governor's right now at McGuire's in Suffolk County as Bonnie Scalise says we are watching the buffering at the same time.
And Bonnie, by
Really?
the way, Bonnie
Are you sure he's not
is
watching the
funny
Tyson
as hell.
fight?
The things she puts on Facebook, freaking hysterical.
Hi,
love
Bonnie.
it. Hi, Bonnie. But, I'm just very happy the way things turned out.
How about
Really.
Pete Hegseth for Defense Secretary and Tom Homan for Border Czar?
I just said Tom Holman is for
Yeah.
the
Spoke about Tom.
Yeah, Joan Croupier is asking, DeFilippo's asking, Bonnie's asking. She goes, Bonnie says, I love Trump's power team. Hope they all get in. And she says, go Trump.
Well, he did it, man. The red wave, it happened.
Hasn't been a president since Grover Cleveland that done that.
That split terms.
Right.
Yep. Grover Cleveland, I don't know what the reason was, but back in the late 1800s.
Part of the reason was, most of the reason, I had seen this, was about the economy at the time. That he got in, because the 4 years when he wasn't there, it went to shit. And then
I think Harding.
he came back
I don't
in.
remember who took his place for 4 years, and then he came back 4 years later.
Right.
But yeah, Trump it's so odd. You realize how things have freaking gotten weird over the last 30 years or so. I mean, we had a president. Forget it. Let's go back even longer.
We got
50
weird
years.
since Kennedy got shot.
Yes.
And the Vietnam War started, and everybody started lying to us. That's when everything got
they
started
were
to get
lying to
weird,
us.
lying like
But you know what?
dogs.
Even Kennedy getting shot because Lincoln got shot and stuff like that. But then we had Lyndon Johnson, and then we went on.
lies, though. It was the lies about
Right,
how he
but then
got
we went
shot.
on-
We're not stupid.
Here we are, 60-something years later, and we still don't know what the real story is. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. And the Warren Commission that investigated the whole thing.
That was a whole joke.
That was actually done. They put that commission together just to come up with the conclusion that they had already come up with so that they can corroborate it and make it seem like it was feasible. But the bottom line is there's a lot of people behind what happened to JFK.
Multiple.
And I used to just sit there and say, all right, Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. Well, he might have shot alone, but the whole thing wasn't alone. There was a lot of people behind that. But the other thing is, think about what happened. Nixon resigns in 74, right? Then we have a year of a president and a vice president, which was Rockefeller, that weren't even ever elected. They were just picked, right? So we had a president that wasn't elected and a vice president that wasn't elected. They're gone in 1980, and Reagan becomes president. 8 years, no problem. All right, I love Reagan. Reagan's my guy. All right,
Everybody loved her.
loved Reagan. Fucking loved Reagan. Everything about him. And so now he leaves, and then you get George Bush. Not a huge fan, right? But he did the job.
But Dana Carvey done a hell of an impression of him.
Not gonna do it. 1,000 points of light. Stay the course. Right? Dana Carvey was great.
It's
on
great.
that. Right? So now we get Bush leaves, then we get Clinton. Now we get into the real fucked up world. We got cigars and sex and interns at the Oval Office and all the bullshit that went with that, and Hillary and all the craziness. That whole entire administration, he gets impeached. Right? It was just crazy. The whole scandal with him. I never had sex with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I knew he was
Sexual
lying.
relations.
I knew he was lying when he threw her name in because I never had sexual relations with that woman. And he knew at that moment when he said that woman that she's going to be pissed that he called her that woman. So he goes, throws it one more step further. Miss Lewinsky. All right, just to make it better. Made it a little better, right? So now he goes in, he's gone, and what do we get? We get the president's son from the previous administration is now the president again. So we got George W. Bush. That was weird, man.
We got two in a bush.
Then we got 9/11, two in a bush. Right, bird in hand.
Two
Right?
in the bush.
All right, so we get him. Then we get Obama. And his wife is supposedly a man. Right?
Big
Everybody
Mike.
believes it now. I think they do, Michael.
Big
And
Mike.
many times he has made the mistake saying that his wife is Michael. He said it. Right? So we get that. Then we get Trump. Then we get COVID. And then we get fucking Biden, who's like fucking a step above, not even a step above, a step in to nursing home ability. Right? That's what he is. He's gone.
And he gets 60 million votes.
60. He got 81.
He got 81
bullshit
million.
votes.
And he did steal the election.
Somehow
course they
10
stole that
million people
election.
Didn't vote this time.
They just didn't come out this year.
Oh, that's the whole thing about the
They didn't think it was as important. 10
you
million
believe in
people.
that?
College.
Do you believe in that?
I do.
You do.
The reason I
You don't
believe in
think the
it.
popular vote people?
No. You know why I don't believe in the popular vote is because people in New York who are very liberal and people in California who are very liberal can actually run the table in the whole country.
Hey, we got a phone call. Limo talk. It's Grazade. Who's this? Hello?
Hello?
They hung up.
Hiya.
All right. Keep going. Call,
So anyway,
call dropped.
so you got the West Coast and the East Coast. They can actually run the show. Representatives in each state, and it gave other states a chance to have a say. So that's why the Electoral College. Now this is the believe it or not, this is the first time a Republican won the popular vote, which Trump just did, in over 20 years.
Yeah. I know
Because
that.
Bush didn't,
He didn't win it. No.
and Trump
Hillary.
did-
Hillary.
Hillary did. Oh, we got a phone call.
Another phone call. Stop the show.
It's all right. We can stop the show every once in a while. Limo talk. It's me. Grazade. Who's this? Hello?
It's Morgan.
Morgan.
Yes.
Oh,
Morgan.
is this Morgan Freeman?
No, wait a minute.
Freeman?
So hold on a minute. I was supposed to time out. So I spoke to Tony Carey this week, and I was supposed to have a phone call coming in from Morgan Freeman around 10:45 tonight. Is this the real Morgan Freeman? Hello.
It is, and I'm calling. I'm a little bit early, but I have a photo shoot in a little while, so I figured I'd call you now, Raz.
Photo shoot.
What are you
That
doing?
okay?
You know, I my favorite photo shoots all happened after 10 p.m.
Morgan, Morgan, first of all,
P. Diddy was in jail.
so you're trying to tell me you're calling in early because you got a photo shoot?
Yeah, in a hotel in Manhattan. I'm 80-something, whatever. I'm not going to tell you what I am, but I'm old, and they tell me, go here, go there, shoot this and shoot that, and call this number. And I like your show. I listen to your show, and I think you guys are funny.
Thank
and,
you.
I can relate because you guys drive people, and I used to drive Miss Daisy, so I can relate.
That's
but
right,
anyway,
Morgan.
Yes, we drive
You were
people.
in Driving Miss Daisy. Was that one of your first major roles?
Yes, it was. It was what.
You know, I
probably-
forgot about that.
I would say.
Yeah.
No, I'm not that old, but I that was one of my favorite roles.
Was that
But
like
my
Jessica
favorite
Tandy?
Yeah.
role- yeah,
You didn't look
yeah,
much
but,
younger than him.
One thing
Her.
about you, Morgan, is you look phenomenal over the years, and you got to play God. You got to play God in Bruce Almighty and what was the other one? The one with
Heaven's Door? Knocking on Heaven's Door?
no, he was God in Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey,
Right.
and
That I
the other
remember.
one was Steve Carell.
Which one did you like better, Mr. Freeman?
I didn't like the God movies because the playing God is kind of scary because if I make it to the pearly gates, I don't want him saying, "What the hell were you doing?" I just don't like the idea. I do like the idea of my character Red in Shawshank Penitentiary because it's a very
Now that would have to
uplifting role.
be that would have to be your
That's
most
my favorite.
most
a great
acclaimed
role.
movie.
What's your favorite
Yes.
lines from those movies, sir?
I would have to say,
Get
I
busy
just say
living.
it all the time. I walk
How
around.
about
I
what's
walk
in your
around
wallet?
saying- No.
Wait, Mr.
That's
Freeman,
the
hold
wrong
on a
guy.
second. One of our listeners, Greg DiFilippo, said it would be nice if Mr. Freeman would know his movies. Just to let you know.
I know my movies. I'm not that old, and I'm just saying. One of my favorite things is I walk around saying I guess I just missed for my friend Andy Dufresne. Andy Dufresne swam through 500
But you're not that
yards of
old. You
shit.
keep repeating it.
Yeah, well, you know that's. I don't call it Alzheimer's. I call it old timers disease. So,
Isn't that what it's
That's the
really
thing.
called? Alzheimer's disease?
Alzheimer's.
yeah, if you hear it the wrong way, that's what it's called. But
So-
I'm glad to talk to you guys.
I'm
You know,
glad
and
you.
my
I'm
friend,
glad you're on. I'm glad you're on, sir. Because Tony Carey introduced us. Famed Hollywood producer Tony Carey introduced us, and I hear you're going to be like a regular on here. We're going to talk. We're going to talk sports with you and everything.
Wow.
Well, that's to be determined. You know, I don't know what you guys pay, but we'll determine that.
You're
But,
getting the
yeah, I would
same
like to
wage
call
I
it.
get, Morgan.
Mr. Freeman, look at your hand, Mr. Freeman. Open it up. Is there anything in there?
No, it's close your eyes and what do you see?
Yeah, right. There you go. That's what I get every week.
That's right.
You know, I
Shut
heard
one
you guys
hand and
pay-
hope in the
I heard
other.
you guys- yeah, and I heard you guys pay in corn salad and bean salad.
You tell me which one you would like better, the corn salad or the bean salad.
Wait a minute. What about the pie?
Never mind the pie.
Well, when you peel back the label and it says, Entenmann's or something like that, then you know. But the corn salad was made from scratch, so I appreciate that. And the bean salad, apparently, the grandma made it once.
And nobody ate it.
It was
the
my
funniest-
grandmother once.
That was the funniest thing. He goes, well, the reason I made this is because my grandmother made it once.
And nobody liked
And
it.
I was like, well, I thought he was going to say that it was because something she always made traditionally for every holiday. And no, she made it
Right.
once and never fucking made it again.
I know, but I'll tell you, I heard it was good, and it's kind of like that movie, that John is Dangerously. My mother hung me on a hook once, but it was good. Everybody called me up and said, Morgan, you got to try this bean salad with the syrup and the marshmallows.
Did you,
And don't
Morgan?
forget
You know,
to scrape it off the top of the tin foil so it comes down.
yeah, when you
Right.
when
The
you
whole
have it in
thing
a
is
to-go
get it off the
tin.
top of the foil.
to goats it. I don't know
Yeah.
how he made it there. It was
You have it
so-
in a to-go tin. If you don't ever throw out or discard the lid, because that's where all the flavor is.
Yeah.
You scrape it off the fucking lid. All right.
From what I heard, from what you guys did, and what I heard, I got a phone call about this before I made the call to the show tonight. They said it's more like a bean soup because
It was very
It
soupy.
was, it was very yeah. There was a lot of water.
There's a lot of soup.
Hey, Mr. Freeman, I got a Greg DiFilippo in Tampa, Florida. He wants to know, while he was driving Miss Daisy, did he ever get roadhead? Oh my God!
How do you ask?
I
what
didn't.
Morgan
I was
Freeman,
so, Mr. Freeman. I wasn't going to ask you that. I was actually going to ask you.
Gross,
What?
We have a
That's
big star
terrible.
on the show
I
right
know,
now.
I know.
And you're going to repeat something that some fucking
vulgar.
nut job in Florida said to you.
All right.
He was trying to be funny with you, but you don't say it to Mr.
I know.
Freeman.
I'm sorry, Mr. Freeman. Ann Rockney also wants to know.
And Greg, you are a nut job. You know it.
Red was my favorite character. I could always feel the friendship. Awesome job, Mr. Freeman.
thank you.
Let me ask you a question. Did you ever have this bean salad?
I thought you were going to ask, did you ever have Miss Daisy?
No, I was you know what's funny? I was going that way, and I said I changed course.
Is there any way you actually did have Miss Daisy?
Is Jessica Tandy? What's her name? Tandy?
She's dead.
Was she a bitch?
She was dead. She was dead when I made the movie. She was,
She looked it. You know, I liked that movie for I don't know what the fuck reason I did, but I liked it. And
It was comforting. Yeah.
I don't know. And it sounds like a chick flick, isn't it?
I couldn't believe Dan Aykroyd was in it.
Yeah,
also.
Dan
That
Aykroyd,
freaked
what the
me
fuck?
out, actually.
Dan Aykroyd was also in My Girl,
Which was strange.
which was
too.
weird too because he's a comedy guy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mr. Freeman, what's your favorite movie you've done of all time?
It's got to be Shawshank.
Okay.
Because the movie is so uplifting, and you know it's based on a short story by Stephen King. I don't know if you guys know.
Yeah,
that.
I do.
Yeah.
And it's just an amazing redemption movie. We've all been down in our lives, and you know, I try to be an uplifting person. And I'll give you an example. There's one thing I go around saying in my life and preaching to people. It's that you were born. When you were born, everyone in the room was laughing and you were crying. Live your life in such a way that when you die, everyone in the room is crying and you're dying. So that's the way I live my life. And I think your listeners will appreciate that.
That's deep.
That's too deep.
Wait a minute.
That's too deep for our listeners. But wait a minute. Go ahead, Bob. Ask him the question.
Wait a minute.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
It's like that's right up there with
Right, Kamala Harris says.
Unburdened.
Yeah.
No, that's
But-
not. Yesterday was today, tomorrow is tomorrow.
That scared
No,
me.
that's not that.
All right, wait a minute. So you want everyone? Wait, give me this again.
Yeah.
You got everyone crying
When you're born.
when you're born.
No, you're
they're
crying.
laughing.
No, you're
You guys-
crying.
You're crying when
guys-
you're born.
No,
And
no,
they're
you
all
guys
laughing.
have it all wrong. You guys have it all
Now,
wrong
why are they
because
laughing?
the
Because you're an ugly
marijuana
fuck?
No, because you guys have the marijuana laws in
They're
effect
happy.
for you, so you're not listening properly.
Okay.
So let me explain it again.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Freeman.
I'm getting a
Hold on.
lecture.
Oh.
I'm getting a lecture.
When
Now
you
I'm
were,
getting scolded.
Yeah.
when you were born, everyone in the room was smiling and laughing, and you were crying. Live your life in such a way that when you die, everyone in the room is crying, and you're smiling. That's my.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to be smiling when I'm dead. I'm not going to feel good about it.
Pat Wall says sometimes I feel like crying when I'm listening to this show.
No, but philosophically, wait a minute. Hold it. Philosophically, I understand exactly what you're talking about over there.
Oh, that's so good,
You
Pat.
want to make it seem you want to be. You're the one smiling because you lived a good life, and everyone's
Exactly,
crying
exactly.
because they're going to miss you.
Exactly, you nailed it. Who's that? Is that the bean guy?
No, I'm the
No,
bean. I'm
no,
the bean
look,
guy. That's Inns.
the
That's the
bean-
guy that looks like Keith Hernandez.
The bean guy has never come up with anything like that.
The bean guy's got no sense at all. He just goes along with the flow.
This is Inzarillo.
It's
Inz.
Inns.
But listen.
I'm the guy
I
who brought the
gotta say,
fucking cake that had the cellophane on.
And I decided I
I
ain't
brought
showing
the
up for my
Entenmann
funeral.
cellophane.
well, you know, the funny thing is that I have a lot of friends that in the industry, and they're not going to believe that I called into this show. But you know, I know Larry Izzo, and he is one of the funniest guys I know. And I met
Well,
him
thank you there,
in
Morgan.
Long Island.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
About 8-10 years ago, whatever it was. I met Larry. I had a
You
problem.
ever notice nobody
I
ever
had a
says
problem.
8-9 years ago? They always go 8-10. They always skip
Yeah,
2.
well, you know, yeah, it's always
Sounds
got to
better.
be an even number. But I met Larry. I had an apartment in Manhattan, and I had a roach problem. And Larry had a exterminating company.
Larry had a
And
clip.
he killed the bugs, just like Shawshank.
Killed the bug.
Oh,
He
that's
had
right.
rabbit
Larry's the
roaches.
exterminator.
That's right.
I forget that.
And, so that's how I met Larry, and that's how you guys got this call tonight. Because Larry and I have been friends since he killed all those nasty roaches, and you know, running across the floor and step on the bug and save the white meat for my mama, like that kind of stuff. And Larry said to me, years later, Morgan, can you call in? And people will not believe that it's Morgan Freeman calling your show, the Limo Talk Show, but I'm calling in. And you guys are very good. It's a good show. Larry told me about you, and I will be listening. And Larry will be killing bugs for the rest of his life, and that's the way it is.
Getting paid or not.
Hey, Mr. Freeman, so I think we're going to do this every week. So you have the phone number to call in at your leisure whenever you'd like. Is that correct?
I don't have too much leisure, but I will call when I have a chance. Or if I need some roaches killed, I'll call Larry.
Okay.
I have Larry's number.
All right. Where are you going to be? You got any promotions for yourself there, Mr. Freeman?
Not bad.
I'm actually talking to the people that made the Shawshank Redemption in 1992, I believe it was.
Sequel.
And we're going to do
Got rearrested.
It's not a prequel.
How can you do a 32-year
You got caught again?
sequel?
No. It's Tupaneo. It's what happens with Andy Dufresne and myself after we polish the boat in Mexico on the beach. The last scene you see, what goes on from there, you're going to see. You're going to have to see. You'll have to see.
Who was the other co-star in that movie? Bill Laxton?
No, that was. What the hell?
Oh no! It was the one who goes out with the one who was in Bull Durham.
Yes.
Oh my God! What's his name?
Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins.
Very good.
I knew if I said Bill Durham, somebody
Yeah,
would get
exactly. Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins was really good in that.
He's married to Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon.
Right.
Can't
Well,
stand
Mr. Freeman, it's been a total honor to have you on tonight, and thank you so much for joining us. And do me a favor, don't lose that number. Call in whenever you'd like. All right?
I would love to talk to you guys. And God bless you, and good luck with the show. And Larry, I'll talk to you soon. When my bugs
All right,
start,
brother.
if I get bed bugs or roaches or rats, I'm calling Larry.
No, all right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Freeman.
Thank you.
I'm honored
My
that we
pleasure,
had
fellas.
Morgan Freeman call in tonight. I really am honored.
Wow. He's been a good
All right,
friend for
fellas,
years.
have a great show. I'll talk to you again. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Freeman.
Thank you for calling us.
Morgan Freeman. Can we get a little claps or something over here? We get
Yeah. I could never tell who
My
I
pleasure.
killed roaches for. I did a lot of
My
celebrities.
Yeah, there's nothing like killing a roach for a
Celebrity.
For a celebrity.
All right, get off the phone, Mr.
Celebrity
Freeman.
roaches.
You're done.
Bye.
God bless you guys.
God bless you
God
too,
bless
Mr.
you.
Freeman.
Bless you.
All right, you stay well.
Well,
should
you bless us. You're God.
I cannot believe I asked him if he would get roadhead. I can't believe I did that.
I honestly can't believe you did either.
I can't believe, and you know what? I got guided because I was looking at Ann Rothie saying nice things about.
But he also stated
No,
the
what you
answer.
got to
He didn't
do
give an
is
answer,
when you're
though.
talking to a big
fine.
star like that, when you're talking to somebody important like that, you don't read anything Greg Filippo sent
Filippo.
you.
Yeah,
Right.
it's so true.
the
You
first
just don't
mistake.
read it. And when you see what he wrote, you don't read it.
No.
Because Greg is going to fuck you up.
Just asking
And-
for it.
He
You
always
know,
does.
Joe Pesci, they fuck you with the drive-thru. They fuck you with the drive-thru.
Right. Di
Well,
Filippo, he
Di Filippo
fucks you with
will
the
always
chat.
fuck you on the phone call. Fuck you on the phone call.
As the resident artist said, I would cry if any of you guys went. So just to let you know, she
Went?
went. Yeah, passed. If we passed,
Past what?
if we died.
You're all passing gas in those beans right
Yeah,
now,
thanks for the
man.
beans. You know what? You ever think about it? I mean, you think about what it would be like at your own funeral.
No.
I'm not going.
No, I'm not.
I'm
going.
not showing
I'm not
up.
going to show up for it.
You're not going to show
But
up.
the bottom line is, I always think about, and if you live a long life, no one's coming.
That's
You know, if you
All
live
your
like
friends
to
are dead.
98, if you live to 98, you're gonna have a very small turnout. So you gotta
Die young.
kind of,
Is that what
you
you're
gotta
saying?
kind of go at a riper age than, like
You
in
want to
the
fill
70s.
the house?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
is that
think
the goal to have
if you
a
go to 98,
crowded funeral?
yes.
Don't you go by what you, don't you go by what your parents are?
Really?
Don't you go by what your parents are? Like, how old were your parents? Are they still alive, Keen?
Yes.
Okay, both your parents are alive. What are their ages?
My dad just turned. He's 79.
Okay.
And my mom's 77.
Okay, yours, Zarelli?
Both parents.
They got a lot of years ahead.
Thank
of
God
them.
I'm still alive.
They're great. My parents are in great shape. My dad's in great
My dad's 82. My mom is 81.
You? Ins?
Thank you.
Both passed, right?
My parents are gone.
Okay.
I'm an orphan.
Mine too. You, Larry?
So my mother, but wait a minute though.
right.
My father died at 52. All right, my mother was 83. So, and you know what always bothers
Did
me?
she have a
about-
date after that, Bobby?
Well, no, if she died, no. No, she did. She was with somebody for a long time. after
Really?
that, yeah. From that point on, almost from that point on till the end. Yeah, he passed away first before her in the late 90s. The other guy. who I won't mention, and but my father died in 1980. My father died he was pretty young.
Larry?
But the thing is, you know what they always do? They give you this history thing when you go to the doctor, and they go, "Do you have any history of this, or this in your family?"
Yeah, no.
And I'm like, "Well, no, because my father never got old enough to get him." You know?
Right.
So I
Right.
don't have that history.
Wow.
Like they were like, they're like, "Oh, did you have cancer? This and that." I go, "No." Did your father have cancer? No. Oh, so they do a history thing on you and say, you know, you're not susceptible to it. But had he lived another 30 years, maybe he would have.
Right.
Well, look,
So, history is bullshit.
Taz, the resident artist, said my great auntie died at 106. Pretty much, there was nobody at the
FM
funeral.
dial? Oh, was that on the FM dial?
Pretty much, nobody came to the funeral. Pat Wall said, "Graz, nobody's going to come to your
106 on your
funeral to
FM
be in a
dial.
phone booth."
106 is fucking amazing.
That's a. Do you really want to live that long?
My
106.
My
I'm
Aunt Margaret
pissing
went
myself.
to,
No.
You won't know anybody.
my aunt went to 109.
If I have my faculties, I want to keep going. If I don't, I want somebody to take me out.
Exactly.
I want somebody to fucking shoot me in the fucking head.
I used to say to my nephews,
Pillows.
take my wheelchair and just run it right across Queens Boulevard.
Yeah.
You got it. I got to get killed.
You got 4 lanes on each
they-
side.
Yeah, but now they lowered the speed limit to like 15 or 20
Not
miles
good.
an hour.
Not
You're going to
good.
get mangled.
Not
Now you gotta hope for
Larry, your
Now
parents.
you're just gonna live in the- now you're just gonna live in the hospital.
Exactly.
Larry, your parents aren't alive, are they?
No, my parents. My mother died at 74. My father died at 63.
That's not old
So,
either.
When I spoke to my insurance guy, he says, "Well, you better take your Social Security at 62." I said, "Thanks a lot for
My
the encouraging
suggestion.
words." Yeah.
The scary part about it is I'm older than professional Vinny's parents. His father's 56 and his mother's 55.
Oh my God.
It's not about age, guys. It's about how you keep yourself and keep yourself physically good and live.
I'll be honest with you.
You know,
I don't think about how old I am. I don't give a fuck
Don't
how
give a
old I am, and I
shit.
hate when
Just
people
keep
even bring it
going.
up. I hate when people bring up anything to do with age because the bottom line is age is only what's in your fucking head. That's it.
that's it.
You can
You're
forget
right.
about anything else.
Absolutely.
I know people who died. I'm going to bring up one guy. I'm going to bring up Michael Wittick.
Jesus.
Right? Michael Wittick,
Yep.
25 years old, dies of colon cancer. Great guy, great athlete, dies at 25. Right? 25 years old. It can happen to you at any time. It can happen to you at any fucking time. It doesn't matter if you're 25, 35, 65, 75, whatever the fuck it is, it can happen to you. So you just take every day, and if you believe in God, you should be thanking Him every day for the days you got. Because the bottom line is, it's nothing. There's nothing promised here. Nothing. Nothing. You could die at 3 weeks old. You could die at 8 weeks old. You could die at 25 years old. You could die at 30 years old. What the fuck? It's all. Forget it. Forget your age. Throw it out the window.
Exactly.
Throw it
And
out
you're
the
only going
fucking
around
window.
once, man. So
That's right.
take advantage of everything.
Johnny DeBenedictis put it in the yearbook when I was a kid, right? When I was graduating high school. And he's like, you only live once, but if you live life right, once is enough. And I loved it.
D. Filippo said my funeral will consist of 1,000 Indian cab drivers. Pat Walsh said my wake will be in a phone booth. There'll be enough people to fit in a phone booth.
Oh, my
Including
God.
you.
And who remembers a phone booth anymore?
Fucking guys. All right, my great auntie was 106. She hated it, to be honest. She was sharp but couldn't do anything else. She had good humor about it, though. That's from Taz, the resident artist.
You need good humor, especially if you want ice cream.
Good humor was great ice cream.
It was.
Oh my God! What was the
good humor
creamsicles?
truck.
The creamsicles.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fucking guy would come ringing the bell.
Yeah.
Ringing the fucking bell.
My guy's name was Dickie.
And you'd open up that little freezer in
Fill
the
those
door.
water.
He'd come out and get to the door.
Thank God he didn't show
Yeah,
it to
that
us.
the old good humor truck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Good times.
and they all had weird names.
Oh, they were like
Yeah,
immigrants.
but
that
that
would,
wasn't their real name. It was never their real name. They always called themselves something like
Al.
Al, or Hackling Tony, or
My guy was Dickie.
Dickie. Yeah.
Dickie the ice cream man.
Dickie the ice cream man. I don't know.
Ring the bell. Had those 4 chimes across the front. And he'd fucking
you want
He ring
pull
the
the
bell.
string in the
He's
freaking
get-
window.
He's getting the ice cream, and we're sitting in the truck ringing the fucking bell.
Yeah, he's
It
ringing
was
the
great.
bell.
Yeah, they used to let you sit behind the steering wheel.
He used to give us a water jug, and we'd fill it up with the freaking hose spigot on the side of the house.
I used to tell
And
my
the guy-
kids when
and
they hear
you'd
the
look-
ring, the
There's no
bell,
air
that
conditioning
means
in
he's
this
out of
ice
ice
cream.
cream.
You'd look at the chart.
Oh, you hear the bell? Oh, he's out of ice cream.
Your parents,
tortured his
your
kid.
parents were cruel.
Is that?
So they're still around too. You can get back at them yet. So bottom line is, I used to look at the. There was like a chart on the fucking side of the truck, and you'd point to the picture of the fucking
this-
thing.
yeah.
I used to always get the what do you call it? Almond
Chocolate eclair?
What's the almond thing? Oh god,
Toasted
Toasted almond.
Toasted almond.
Toasted
Yeah.
almond bar.
I got
Very
the
good.
toasted almond, or
Excellent choice.
I got the chocolate fudge cake. Chocolate fudge.
Is that the one that had the fudge in the middle?
Yes!
That you have to chew up
It
the
was a huge.
stick.
You have to get
Right.
the
Yes.
ice cream off, and you
Yep.
get the fudge in the
And
middle.
then you get the fudge in the
It
middle,
was
the hard
fucking
fudge.
awesome. It was
used to get
it was diabetes on fucking steroids.
It was like
good.
it was like cone shaped, cylinder shape, and it was like black raspberry and had the gum at the bottom.
Oh, see, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's like a SpongeBob
know
thing.
that.
I'm like well, no, that shit's crazy now. Like the freaking.
Well, they had
but
the
back
king
then, it was good.
cone. They used to have the king cone with the
I
chocolate,
love-
like hard chocolate on top.
See, I don't particularly like Mr. Softy because to me it's Carvel on wheels, and I can
It
go to
is.
Carvel.
But
Right.
it's different than
It's,
Carvel.
yeah, but I'm saying it's similar ice cream.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that. There was no variety there. You get a shake or you get a fucking cone with the vanilla or the chocolate or whatever the fuck or the strawberry, and they dip it in the sprinkles. But nice. But I get that at Carvel. The ice cream truck came around. It was good humor. It was the almond joy. It was the almond joy. What am I
Strawberry
saying? Toasted
shortcake.
almond. I'm sorry.
Toasted
Toasted
almond.
almond.
They had
The
merino
strawberry
ices
Strawberry
too.
shortcake.
The merino ices. I love merino ices. You get
Merino
to the
ice.
bottom and you get all that little syrup on the
you had
bottom.
to flip it
Yeah.
over.
Oh,
was-
yeah.
Yeah, you had to flip it
Flip
over.
it over.
Flip it over. Get
Get
flip
the
it over.
crystal, the
smash it.
Yeah.
sauce.
Oh man.
You
They
go,
still sell them, man. I
remember
buy
they
them
get
in
that.
the
Yeah,
You
Stop
get
and Shop.
supermarket, yep.
You get that wooden spoon. That
The
wooden.
wooden spoon was a disaster. It always split.
It always split, but I liked
And it tasted like
So you
shit.
needed-
And I would chew on it.
Yeah,
It
the
would always-
spoon tasted
the
like
spoons
crap.
were all stuck together. Remember, the
Yeah.
wrappers were
Yeah.
all
Right.
So you had to
You
grab
rip it
3
open.
spoons, 'cause
Sucked.
otherwise
Yeah.
you're not making it through the ice. Especially
Yeah,
if
the
you
guy
were,
would give you one.
especially if you were drilling a hole. You know, if
Yeah.
you're drilling a hole, if you're scraping, it's okay. But when you're drilling a
You
hole,
don't scrape.
You don't. So you got to
No.
drill the hole.
You're doing
You gotta,
deep
get to
down.
the
you gotta break
bottom.
it apart.
Make
you
the
had to
hole
get the
and then
syrup out of the
flip it,
bottom.
and then you flip it. Oh,
Fucking great
Yeah.
times. Great times.
Good
It's over,
times.
man. It's over. Then they came out with the country store on wheels. Remember the country store on wheels where they they drive around with snacks and
never
shit?
saw it. Well, that was in Long Island. I was
That was Long Island.
I was from Queens. You know.
Oh no, we had that
from
here.
Queens.
Country store was short lived.
Did you guys have rides that came around too? And
No.
see, we had rides that used to come up the block. You give the guy like 10 cents or 15 cents. Yeah, no.
I always remember the guy that used to do the what's the tools? You remember he used to
Oh,
come
the
in-
grinder.
The grinder.
guy.
Yeah.
They still come
The
around.
knife sharpener?
Scissors.
I haven't seen one
They
of them
still
in years.
come around. I was somewhere just recently. Where the hell was I? I was walking for Brian Curran in Limbrook, right? Brian Curran, right? I'm walking doing literature in Limbrook, and there's a grinder guy on the corner sitting there with that fucking weird bell, ringing that fucking thing, and
Yeah.
people are running out with their knives.
That reminds me of the Steven Seagal movie, Out for Justice, where he's telling the story to his wife. And there was a guy with an old bell, and it was the saddest day of his life when he rang the bell and nobody came. That was my father.
The bell, what was he selling?
He was a guy that sharpened knives. He was a grinder
Well,
guy.
you know what fucking blows my mind is that Limbrook still had this guy coming around the grinder, which Valley Stream hasn't had in a long time because nobody.
But now they got serrated knives. You don't need 'em.
Nobody's got legal knives in Valley Stream, and they're not coming out. They're not showing them to you. That would be a sting operation if somebody came around for you to bring out your knives in Valley Stream. But the thing is, the guy can't. And I didn't see anybody come out for this fucking guy
Yeah.
either. Nobody.
Because they all got stainless steel knives that cut anything now.
and you're throwing them out if you don't.
Yeah.
How expensive are they?
Larry,
Yes, sir.
name what's something that was like really cool when you were in your teens that's kind of gone now?
What something that's really cool when I was in my
Teens, it's kind of gone now.
Don't mention sex, Larry.
Botanas. No.
Nothing sexual.
I think to me, the
Stickball.
change of the cars We had really cool cars back in the day, and I had a '67 Chevelle, but
Fucking gorgeous car.
but there's no distinction anymore.
Nothing.
You can't tell.
They're all globed. They're all the same size, the same shape now.
Same shape. You can't tell a Maxima from
Camry.
A Camry. It's there's no distinction anymore. So
First of all, have you noticed that there's very few actual cars on the road? Everything's an SUV now.
Everything.
Or everything is like, the Ford Edge look, that fucking bubbly Ford Edge fucking bullshit look that I hate. Like, I bought my Escape. The Escape I have, I kid about it all the time. It's got 217,000 miles on it now, right? 217,000 miles. I bought it because it looked like a Jeep. I like the look of a Jeep, square kind of Jeep. All right, so I bought that. And I haven't seen a car in all these years that I was like, wow, that's really sharp looking. I don't see anything anymore. I had a 1970 Skylark, two of them. I had two 1970 Skylarks. One I almost killed myself in, crashed into a wall.
Oops.
But those were beautiful cars.
The wall got in the way.
350,
Unbelievable.
350 in there, with the what do you call rear wheel drive back in the day, right? I had some
Positive traction rear and a 4-barrel.
Yeah, yes, a 4-barrel, and I had the Kragers, and I had the Keystones. I had Keystones after that on that, and I'm sitting there going, "That's a car you'd put Keystones on, or you put a nice set of wheels on."
Right.
Now, who the fuck wants to make anything nice out of any car that's out there right now?
They're all dead. I think the Tesla's taken away the creativity.
Oh.
I think that
Forget
truck.
the
I think
Tesla.
that truck is disgusting
What, the
looking.
stainless steel?
Yeah.
I have a
box
patent.
that
I
drives
You know
drew
what
that
that
truck
is?
in third grade.
That's a 3-bay sink on wheels.
Wait, what'd you say, Keen?
I have a patent on that. I drew that truck in third grade. That was the first vehicle I drew.
Pat
Third
Wall
grade.
says Graz is a grinder guy, but nowadays it's a completely different meaning. Pat Wall.
Fair point.
What the fuck,
I don't
Pat?
even know what that means.
Can you say something nice?
Pat's coming in hot.
Really, all night, making fun of me. He fucking, you know why? Because he's sitting on his couch with his hand on his penis, all by himself, fucking watching his show. Because his girl's not
He's
there.
got his hand on his penis when he's listening to us. I'm weirded out now.
That's a problem.
But anyway, what's your favorite car? With that Chevelle, the '67 Chevelle?
That was my favorite.
Favorite
Chevelle.
car.
But
The '70 Skylark.
I
was
really
my favorite.
wanted a GTO.
I like the Buick. I like the
go!
Buick
I was a
LeSabre.
72 Pinto guy.
to
I
go.
never had one,
I wanted one.
I
so
never had
bad
one.
with the suicide
But-
knob, man.
but I wanted. That was my favorite car, but I never had one.
Separate
I
knob.
did have a
Separate knob. The
1964.
radio alarm.
I did have a 1964
Why separate
Pontiac
knob?
Catalina, big
Catalina.
red
Oh
with a
my
white
God.
top.
Yeah.
Right? The Catalina was a cool looking car, but I wanted the goat. Because what I loved about the goat and I loved about Pontiac was the split front. The point in the middle and the two grills, the two pieces of the grill over there. I wanted one so bad I never got it.
Yeah, I never got it either. But
And now I'm not getting anything.
Ann Rotley said she had a 19...
It costs like $50,000 to get one of those now.
Ann Rotley said she had a 1968 Buick Riviera.
Beautiful car.
Buick Riviera, sorry.
Riviera, I know what he meant.
Yeah,
She meant.
yeah, Pat
the
Wal-
back of those cars, the back of those cars was so fucking sharp, unbelievable.
And Pat Walsh wanted to know if I had a camera in his house because that's exactly what he's doing right now.
Yeah, you know what a Riviera? Maria Testaverde had a Riviera.
I remember that. It was fucking
Yeah.
beautiful.
Beautiful car.
Yeah. What was your favorite car, Keen?
72 Pinto.
Yours, Larry?
72 Pinto.
mine was
Yeah.
my 67 Chevelle.
You, Zarelli?
1970 SS Chevelle.
Chevelle SS, beautiful.
My mother had the Buick. You remember, Bobby, the blue
Well,
Buick?
Yeah, but you know, Skylark also had a super. What was it called? Not a super sport. Was it super sport?
The Grand National.
No.
That was a
There was a really sharp looking Buick Skylark. But I really, my favorite car without having it was the like 68, 69 GTO.
GTO.
That was a beautiful car.
Yeah.
It was so fucking nice. But my favorite car that I owned was my Skylark, 1970 Skylark.
Did you ever have a car that you cracked up or anything else that you never wanted to get rid of?
I was just talking about that. my 1970 Skylark, I almost died in it. I crashed into the wall of
Convertible?
It became a convertible after I was done with it. But I crashed into into the wall on the Belt Parkway on the overpass of the South Conduit. I crashed with where those arrows are that tell you to turn right.
Yes.
I went up the middle.
Well, they're really
I
just for
Sammy Hagar tape.
directional
I popped it out
purposes.
of my fucking. It was 3:00 in the morning. I popped it out of my cassette deck. It fell on the floor. I went to get it and didn't realize that I was going straight into the fucking side of the wall. My car flipped over twice, smashed into the wall, spun around. I went through the fucking windshield, right? And I was in the hospital for a week after that. And I never, ever saw that car again. Ever. And
Yeah, that's got to suck.
yeah. And the funny thing was, I sent Mike Delina. Mike Delina came to see me at the hospital, Mary Immaculate Hospital in Jamaica. And I go, Mike, he goes, I saw a car on the side of the parkway. He goes, there's no way anybody survived this fucking crash. He goes, there's metal strewn all over the place. He goes, it's like a disaster. I go, that's my car, Mike. I go, that's my car. He goes, get the fuck out of here. I go, do me a favor. I says, I had all my tools. I had everything in the car. I says, can you do me a favor? Go back and look and see if there's anything in there that like stereo, anything. He goes, he comes back and he brings me the tape. Sammy Hagar tape.
Oh my God.
3-lock box. He brings me the tape and he throws it to me and he goes, that's all that was in that fucking car. The wheels are gone. The fucking stereo's gone. Everything's gone. I was like, all right, well, got my tape back.
Ironic.
What was a 72 Cuda? That's what DiFilippo said.
Barracuda?
Barracuda.
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 Now,
Who made
could
the-
you?
who made
I
the-
set one on fire one time.
Who made the Barracuda?
By accident, I threw a firecracker and went into
is
the
it
Oh,
Dodge?
wow.
Who made the
Yes,
Barracuda?
it was a
It was
Dodge.
Dodge. Yeah.
Dodge made the
Dodge.
Barracuda?
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. So what, it looks like every single really vehicle now is in the same shape and everything
Oh,
else.
they're ugly.
They're
as
ugly.
fuck.
Teslas are.
You know, I do
even,
like
even the regular cars.
I do like of all the SUVs. And I'm a Jeep guy. I like Jeeps. Jeep Grand Cherokee is a nice looking car. I like.
You know what? The new Chevy Traverse looks nice.
Chevy Traverse is these
haven't seen
compared
the
to
new
what
one.
we got
Yes.
out there.
Yes.
It's all right, but. I looked at I was looking at a Ford Edge the other
Well, how
day.
about the
and
paint now? It's like everything's like
The paint.
The
What
paint
is
is
the
like
paint?
the paint's like it's like gray. It's like
Yeah,
it's,
but you
it's-
know what's
No,
a
it's
really
a
cool color?
muted.
yeah, it's like it's
I
not
don't mind
shiny
into the-
anymore. It's like a matte black and a matte gray and
Yeah, but for a brief
corduroy
period
and
of
shit,
time,
it's ridiculous.
corduroy. For a brief period of time, I was digging the gray because
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
different. I hate it now.
Now it's everywhere.
And now, there's a reddish black that Jeep uses that I love. It's a fucking dark red.
Okay.
That's really, really cool with black wheels. I like the black wheels.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at a Jeep. I'm looking for somebody. Sell me a Jeep Grand Cherokee. That's what I'm looking for now because my 2005 Ford Escape is telling me, please put me out to pasture.
Yeah.
What about the caddies? Have you seen?
What the fuck are they?
What are they?
That's not a
They're
Cadillac.
Nothing. It's nothing.
That's a Jeep with a long tail light.
I don't even know. It could be a Subaru.
No, a
for all
Cadillac
I
was a
know.
Cadillac. When I was, my father was a Cadillac guy. So he had a 1965 Cadillac. He had a 1969
They
Cadillac.
were boats.
They were beautiful.
They were
I
beautiful.
took my road test in a 1970 sedan DeVille.
Wow.
Right? And a sedan DeVille you couldn't even see the people behind you
Did
in
you
the
have
back
to
seat.
parallel park?
I had a parallel park. So here's what happened. I go to Earl Avenue in Limbrook. That's where my road test was. Guy says to me, he goes, I pull up. I'm sitting there waiting. The road test guy comes over. He goes, this is the car you want to take your road test in? I says, yep. He goes, why? I said, because it's what I drive. It's all I've practiced on, and I got it down. It's not a problem. He goes, all right, I'm going to tell you something. He goes, if you can parallel park this thing, you're done. He goes, I don't even want to see anything else. If you can parallel park this. So I go out on Sunrise Highway. I make a left. He pulls me down past this road that's off the side of Sunrise Highway. And he goes, okay, parallel park behind this car right here. Our parallel park. He goes, take us back. That's what he said. He goes, take us back. I go like that. I go, what, did I pass or fail? He goes, I told you you could parallel park this car. He goes, you are passing. He goes, done. So I pull it in. I was back in 5 minutes. And it was, and I forgot who drove me there. I think my mother or whatever. It's like, it's over. What did you do? Why is it over so fast? I go, I think I passed. She goes, you couldn't have. The guy got probably mad. I go, no. I said, I'm telling you. He said I passed. And in those days, they
You
said
knew
to
right
you-
away.
Yeah.
What?
You knew right away.
He says, if you can parallel park this car, because he saw how
Yeah,
it.
they handed you back the paper.
Not
That was.
anymore.
I drove that car for
No.
like 5 years, and
Somebody got punched in the face.
Yeah,
so
I'm
he
sure.
goes.
That's
So,
ridiculous.
so he goes. In those days, it was like if you got a thick envelope back, it means you failed. If you got a thin envelope back, it means you just got your license.
It's like accepting
Right?
to college.
Yeah.
If you were accepted to college, the college you wanted to go to, you got a package like this, you got in. If you got like something like this, not so much.
So do you guys think that the Tyson fight was fixed and rigged?
Not even was it fixed. It was just like a pro wrestling. It was fucking totally
It was
set
an,
up.
it was an
begin with.
agreement.
Did you see that Tyson was so working out and like fucking hitting him hard and everything else, hitting his sparring partner 3 weeks before? Somebody said on Facebook as soon as they saw Tyson walk into the ring with his knee wrapped up that they thought they were in trouble. What were you going to do with 72,000 people there? If he gets knocked out in the first round, there's a problem,
Yeah,
I think.
definitely.
I think there's a riot.
All right. First of all, I think the whole thing was choreographed.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's total bullshit. Second of all, to Mike Tyson, I got to give him credit. For 58 years old, he's almost 60 years old. All right,
Going in the ring for eight rounds.
to do what he did,
16 minutes.
to look the way he looks, and to be able to be as strong as he is and resilient as he is at that age, I'll give him all the credit in the world. He fought a 27-year-old guy. That guy sucks.
Did you see the one moment in the fight where Tyson got him and nailed him and could have gone in for the kill and backed off?
Because it wasn't part of the plan. That's why.
Yeah,
Right.
Because the real Mike Tyson fucking knocks him right out there.
I agree. Did you also see that John Jones won the UFC fight and handed the belt to Donald Trump, who got a standing he got a standing ovation at Madison Square
Rovation?
Garden.
The guy knelt. The
A
guy,
rovation.
the guy squatted down in front of him and handed him the belt.
After he won it. How great is that, man?
Yeah, it's so fucking great that the bottom line is Donald Trump has connected with so many different people from so many different backgrounds, and he has actually made himself. I'm not going to say a hero to these people, but he's made himself somebody they look up to.
Yeah, but he's got to come
right.
through now,
Likeable.
Inns.
Oh, he will.
Inns,
come
he's
up.
got to come through. And then listen, wait.
Are you doubting it?
No, I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting it. But if gas goes to $4.55 a gallon,
it's not gonna happen.
okay, wait,
Him
let
and
me
his
finish.
gas.
We're fracking, we're fracking.
If food goes to $7 or $6 or goes 20% up, I'm just worried about stuff like that. You know, I'm worried about the food prices. I'm worried about the gas prices.
You're worried about food prices, and we just went through 4 years of fucking total destruction as far
But it
as
slowly got worse with Biden. Each year got worse.
slowly got worse. It got increasingly worse instantly.
Well,
I mean, come on. The gas prices went from $1.65 when the day Trump was still president, right, to the end of the term he was in 2021, right? It went up from $2.50, $3.50, $4.50. It was like almost $5 a gallon. What they do? They dropped it down to $2.80 to make it seem like that was a bargain, considering the fact that it's still $1.20 higher than it was when Trump was president. They bring it down to $2.85. Yeah, you're going to see it go up right now. You are going to see it go up right now, but you're going to see it go down.
Right.
What
But
Biden
also,
did,
when it was down, when it was $1.65 with Trump, a lot of that was there was nobody going anywhere. COVID was wreaking havoc. And
Agreed.
There was reserves up the yin yang, so the price had to be.
I agree
low.
to that point, but the point is also that the price, the fact that it's gone down to $2.85, $2.89 right now, which was a price they felt like that was good, winnable for the election, right? The fact that it went down to that is because Biden released our reserves. He released our reserves. He's not supposed to do unless there's a catastrophe. But he did that just to keep the prices low. But you know something? I got to look at it now.
Didn't Trump do that, or did he?
No.
Was there something? Did he do something in Alaska where he let him to? We were getting oil from someplace.
The prices started going up when Biden instantly
No. I'm talking about
closed down
I
the
was-
pipeline, because even the thought of the fact that we were going to get oil, our own oil,
Yeah.
available in the market, what the hell? even the thought that we were going to have the resources to transport our own oil and export our own oil, made the prices go down.
Yes.
But once he shut down that pipeline, the prices skyrocketed.
Yeah, it's going back.
Skyrocketed.
Listen, I want him to be a fucking cowboy. I want him
He
to
will
come in,
be.
guns are flaring, fucking going in there. I want the Ukraine Russian. I want that thing done in 3 months.
Yeah, we'll wrap that up.
I want to wrap that up real quick.
Yep.
What else do I want on the agenda? I want the transgender, the girls to play with the girls and the guys to play with the guys.
Well, I'm a firm believer in that.
me
And you know
too.
something
It's
else?
crazy.
I am tired of this fucking bullshit with the transgenders and stuff like that. But the thing is, I don't care. I don't care what your sexual preference is or what you want to be identified as. I don't give a fuck. But the point is, if you're a guy, if you're a male, if you're a man, you're not playing in girls' sports. And transversely, I also do not believe that women, I don't care how good you are, you do not belong playing in a man's game either, because that's what makes people start thinking that it's okay to do the other side too.
Yeah.
So if you start saying, all right, she's good enough to play sports against men, right, and they're going to put her on a men's team, then you're not. Then you can't really refuse the fact that a man
That's
wants
good.
to play on the
That was
women's
the
team.
Olympics.
Yeah.
You can't you can't sit there and say that you can't do that either. So what they got to really do is really make it cut and dried. That if you're a male, you're playing against guys, and if you're a girl, you're playing against all girls, and there's no fucking commingling anymore. No more. I don't want to hear about some woman kicker who's great at soccer or whatever the fuck she is, and she's going to kick on the guy's fucking football team. Fuck you. Sorry. You know, anyhow, no. Stay the fuck where you belong. Go play your soccer. Go play fucking lingerie football. I don't give a shit what you're playing. But you're not playing on the guys' team, because that only opens the doors for guys to start thinking they can play on the girls' team. And end it. End it right there.
All right, let me thank the advertise. Yes, baby.
Come on, baby. Come on your show and finish it up.
No,
We still got time.
I still got time.
You
What
come on,
time
I
is
can
it?
step out.
No,
All right,
no,
let-
I'll step out.
No, you stay right there.
I'll step
I
out.
was here last
I'll
week,
step-
so I was here last week. You weren't here
Guys,
last week,
come
so you
on
can
in.
hang
I'll
out.
take out.
Now, wait a minute. We just heard Duran save a prayer.
Save it for the morning
Now,
after.
that's one of my favorite songs of all time. All
It
right.
is.
Who pulled that out?
I'll go
gonna
sit
get
with,
it.
I'll go sit with Vinny.
No, yeah.
No, you go over there. I'm gonna go over here. Rob's gonna hang out right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean up my.
talk to Rob.
I gotta clean up my beer and garbage.
All right, sorry. I thought that worked well. I thought that worked well having so many people in. Right? Good job. We've been going a long time, right?
What?
We've been going a long time, right?
Well, we're doing our normal time.
All right. Let me just get the advertisers out of the way.
Regular time.
Actor, comedian Larry Izzo, Laughs with Larry. Laughs with Larry on Larry Izzo on Facebook, 917-560-4162. Larry Izzo, comedian at gmail.com, laughswithlarry.com. Mers Pub in Farmingdale, Route 109. Library Cafe on Main Street in Farmingdale. BAC Systems Inc., Farmingdale, New York, 516-797-4990. AC, all your AC and heating company. Ask for, what's the guy's name?
Yeah, that's a great spot.
Psychic medium.
Yeah. What's that guy's name?
Psychic medium Shelby May and Brian May.
Today's Met game is brought to you by, what the fuck is that beer? What the? What's that beer?
I do this every week now.
What's that fucking great beer? What is it? What is that?
Wrangle.
Good- Really good beer, man.
Let's call it to the bullpen.
This show is brought to you by one of the phone
Probably
company,
by
that
the
fucking phone company.
AT&T, Verizon, team. I don't
One
know.
of them.
One of them.
Brian May and Psychic Medium Shelby May. Bottles on Broadway, 1083 North Broadway, Massapequa, New York, 11758 516 694 1909. Coming up for the holidays, buy one, get Pat Walsh one for free. Pat Walsh Realty,
For Christmas.
516-369-8241. Pat's a fantastic realtor. We love him over here. He's really funny, and he picks on me a lot. Rob Electronica Law Firm, 516-796-9700. Rob's been my lawyer twice. I've won both cases. He's fantastic what he does, and he's a very good friend of me and In's.
Yeah, it's also interesting to know that you've been sued that many times, but all right.
I haven't been sued that
At least
much.
he won.
All right. Rob Keane, you're leaving. You're getting out of here, right? You're out here Wednesday.
I'm out here Wednesday, back Monday, so I'll miss next Sunday.
All right, so you're becoming a regular now. Should I get a spot over here? All right, and listen,
Larry and I,
listen.
those are alternating
He's
weeks.
see, I always go by him. He'll call me and he go, "I had a good time," and I'll be like, "Okay, good." So we continue on, and then he'll go, "I had a good time." Okay, then we'll continue on. So I try to keep it consistent.
Yeah,
right?
I suddenly say something like, don't ask that fuck to come back.
Yeah,
on
you've
the
done
air.
that often. I'll get. Listen,
There are two people I've done that with.
yeah, he's done that twice. He hasn't done that with you. Last week
No,
I
I'm
got.
not gonna do that with you. Get the
Last
fuck
week
outta
I got no phone calls about you, so you're good. All right.
here. Holy shit! Don't even put that out there.
Get the
because
fuck out of
possible.
here.
Larry,
There were two people I did it with.
yeah, and they were warranted. It was warranted.
I know. I felt it.
All right, I felt it too. Rich Zarelli, bought up extraordinaire. How's 17.25 doing? Doing all right?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's 17.25?
His son.
Yeah, that's my son's ERA. Every time he mentions my son, he raises the ERA number.
Oh.
You know.
Oh, it's about time. Your ass cheeks start to.
it's
we
like
got
it's
10 minutes to go.
10:50.
This is when our ass cheeks start crumbling and everything else.
10:50
Yes.
butt cheek problem.
Doing good. Busy weekend up there in Cortland. It was Cortica jug. Cortica Cup.
Okay, which is what? Isn't that the one of the most famous?
Biggest little football game in America.
Where was the game played?
It was in Cortland.
Like last year, wasn't it played at Yankee Stadium or?
Yeah, 2 years ago it was Yankee Stadium. Last year was Ithaca. This year is Cortland.
I stole
guess
your
next year
apron.
Ithaca.
Richie was yelling at me. Is this? We aren't keeping these, right?
You lifted your apron.
Well, I'll tell you what.
They're
I
supposed
will,
to stay
I
at
will
that.
give you one, but they're just temporaries because there was stickers on them and not
Okay.
embroidered.
I have that hat.
So-
Can I keep the hat?
You can keep the
All right,
hat.
so Richie, give him this back. All right, Larry
You're,
Izzo gave
you're
us.
a fucking klepto.
I would let you keep
Right.
the label, but I want.
I left everything there.
Larry, you go home and check your fucking silverware and shit.
No, dude, I like this. I like the hat. Greg DiFilippo's
They're
very.
going to lose the label, though. It's got to be embroidered, but I'll take care
Hey,
of it for you. Don't
Remember
worry
that
about
time we were over your house? We were over your house and Graz broke the mug you gave him?
it.
Remember that?
Let's not talk
I'm
about
sorry, dude.
That's right.
What are you doing?
When he
But
dropped the
I
mug.
felt so bad because everything went smoothly, and I'm walking out. I kicked the goddamn fucking.
He drops the freaking mug right on the floor.
That's
broke the
it.
mug.
You know,
Were you there? I was there.
tried to glue it back together.
Greg
He-
wants to know.
Did the handle
Did
break
you-
off nicely, or
It was a clean break.
It looked like
So we
clean
can-
No,
break.
it was a
that.
clean break. You
I've
never-
glued one. I've glued one back together and actually had it for like 10 years after that.
Was it that stuff that you stretched?
No,
And,
no,
like
this
that
was
epoxy
fucking
thing?
Gorilla Glue, man.
Gorilla glue.
Oh yeah.
Did
All
you
right.
notice he didn't pick it off the floor?
No, he did not.
He
He,
left
didn't even
it there.
bend.
Yeah.
He walked like, oh, we're
Actually,
good.
he laughed and walked out.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm
It's
a
just
dick,
left it on the
oh.
floor. Broken. With all the pieces on the floor.
That's
Yeah.
not true, you motherfucker. You saw me. I even said turn. I go. I just broke. I went.
That was on
Sorry,
camera.
did
too.
Right.
We
Did
got
you
that
pointed
on
at
camera.
it?
And I pointed at
You
it.
pointed
and,
at it.
And Noreen was nice enough to turn to me. She goes, "Don't worry." And somebody
Because
handed me.
Noreen
You
is
handed me.
classy, but
It's
she's going
on-
to talk about
it's
you
on
later.
camera. When the show airs, it's going to be seen.
Seriously?
No.
Oh,
Oh,
That'd be great.
you're gonna see how much I sweat that night. Oh my god. I
Oh
was
my
sweating.
God.
It was like watching broadcast news all over
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
Should have
remember
done it on
that?
the porch.
Oh, who was that? Who played that part?
Oh,
He
my
was a good actor.
guy with the curly hair.
Yeah. Oh my
Jesus
God!
God,
Somebody
I can't
call in.
think of nothing. Somebody call home.
All right, the Victoria Vicky Vasquez Memorial Scholarship Fund presented by Farmingdale Baseball. Thank you to Rich and his whole staff over there. We've raised $1,510.
Thank
We've got-
you.
We've got a
Well,
couple.
I'm thinking like Gutenberg.
You
What
raised
the
the
fuck
money.
is his
No,
name?
wasn't Gutenberg.
We got $200 still coming to us, and then we have the pay-per-view that we've yet to sit down with Bobby Lacera and
Yes.
go over the pay-per-view.
Gotta hammer that out.
We got to hammer that out. I want that thing going.
We need details.
I want that thing going by Thanksgiving, the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like that. All right. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Rumble, LinkedIn, Roku,
Oh.
Spreaker, TikTok, Snapchat, GothamGoldGraz.com, Ins41.com, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and Spreaker. All right? Limo Talk. If you want to go to our YouTube page, please. We're trying to build that a little bit. I've never talked about it anymore. There's some old shows on there from the original days of Govs Radio, a couple of shows from WGB, one show from
Back
WGBB.
in the Govs radio days.
WGBB days.
It was Albert Brooks, by the way.
Albert Brooks.
There you go.
All right.
Albert Brooks.
He was good.
It was a great show.
Very
That was a
good.
great movie.
Larry Izzo's show. Thank you for having us today, Larry. I appreciate
Yes,
it very
thank
much.
you.
I can't wait until it airs. It was
I thought we
real-
did all right, right?
You guys did great. It was a fun time. Everybody was so natural. It was a real good
You
time.
become a very good friend of ours, and
was
I don't
fun.
want to lose that.
Thank you, man.
He
And I
he
appreciate
says
it.
I'm
No,
gonna,
don't piss him off.
He thinks both of them think I'm going to piss you off eventually.
Probably will, but it's
But
okay,
I
you
don't
know.
mean to, so I apologize in advance.
In life, there
Here
are
we go.
certain
Here
there
we
are
go.
certain
There we
inevitabilities.
go.
Right.
There's inevitabilities. Like
Graz
it's
will
inevitable
piss
that
you
one day
off.
the Yankees will win the World Series again. Right? It's inevitable that
We're gonna die.
we're gonna drop dead, and it's also inevitable that Graz will piss you off.
I promise you, Larry, I don't think I will, because you have a certain elder statesman. I respect you.
It's
on
like
that.
Jim-
Elder
It's
statesman.
like John Lennon
That's
said.
a polite way of saying you're over the top.
No.
John Lennon
You're gonna
said.
die soon.
John Lennon called it that je ne sais fucking quoi.
I don't even know what that means.
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne
Je ne
sais-
sais quoi means a certain something that like it's like je ne sais
I'm not
fu-
going to lose that, so don't listen to him, all right?
That's all right,
Chris
man.
Smith says hello. Hello, Chris. How are you? Hope everything's well. Greg DiFilippo
Some
says
things
later,
are
boys.
inevitable.
Have a great week. Put her on, Rich. Let's say goodbye to everybody in there. I'll say our goodbyes first of all. For Rob Keane, going away with his wife, happy anniversary. Thank you. May all your wishes and dreams come true. If you come back with a new chick, I know where your dreams were. All right, good luck. On Wednesday,
his wife's a really nice person. How can you say something?
I
like
didn't
that?
talk sexual about it.
Oh.
You got sexual.
What I did?
A little bit.
What did I say?
I'll listen to it I'll listen to it on a replay and I'll
Oh,
text
God.
You barely have nose enough to put those glasses on your fucking head. All right, there you go.
It's your fucking problem. You know, you've been picking on me again, starting again. It's shifting. You're happy. You're shifting. Your Trump didn't come out once tonight. Not once did he come. Not once did the main guy.
You know, I saw you
Oh, boy.
lose it like this at his table at Larry's.
Yes.
I saw you lose it like this. You fucking lost.
He was
it
like Sam
I did
Kennis.
look-
He was
You
yelling
did a
about my
Sam
corn
Kennis.
salad.
All right. So all I got to tell you is this. Thank you very much for having us. It was an honor to be on your show. I know you have a lot of old friends, a lot of new friends, and you got good people around you.
And I gotta thank you for guys for showing up. Really,
You
I
got a
appreciate
good
it.
crowd around you. Noreen's a beautiful woman. Jones
Thank you.
really,
A lot of fun.
Jones really cool. Rich is a really nice person.
Yeah.
Daisy, what's her name?
Her name is Victoria.
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 sakes.
Where the fuck he got Daisy from?
I have no idea. He was driving. This
All right.
Daisy.
Dukes of Hazzard.
All right. So who was on tonight, Rich?
But I'm fucked up.
Ann Rothney, Greg DiFilippo, Bruno Capola, Joan Croupier, Taz the resident artist, Mr. Jim Seba, who's having a bar crawl with Dave Spano on November 30th, starting at Caracara, I think at 2 p.m.
That's correct.
So, yeah, come on down and get your crawl on. Bonnie Scalisi, Mike Bott,
Mike
tuning in.
No
with
Lou
the usual.
Ferriola tonight.
No Lou Ferriola unless he was quiet tonight. Chris Smith and Pat Walsh chiming in tonight. Very funny Pat Walsh. And saw Pat Walsh yesterday at the Dale game.
Yeah.
Let's go. Dale is playing for the county title next Saturday, 4 o'clock.
How many more?
Hofstra versus Piqua.
How many more besides?
How many more besides? We've got 90. Hold on. Let me get the
Got
updated
a
number.
lot of names out there.
Oh, yeah.
I got
3 minutes to go.
63
You
and
show up.
92,
That's right.
150.
What?
You
150.
did
150. All right. Listen. Where the hell you been all fucking night?
When I'm asked, I do it. I do. I love the Donald Trump. I like it.
President
I got
Trump is here.
I was at Sev's. I got this.
Well, he was in New York. He was at Madison Square Garden last night for UFC.
They caught you. They caught.
Frankly, I'm not really fond of what you're doing here, but the whole thing is
Really?
at least you're doing it, and that's good for you.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, because they like us, and I happen to like you, but you're annoying me too. All right? Do you know they went on Air Force One last night, and you and RFK were watching the UFC instead of doing government work?
Eating
yesterday?
McDonald's.
Eating McDonald's, not doing government work.
Grab a bucket and mop. Scrub it bottom to top. Tell me, what does it mean? Frankly, it means it's clean. You deserve a break today, so get up and get away to McDonald's.
For Larry Izzo, Larry Izzo, comics say it. Larry, go promo it.
Larry is a comedian.
Comedian.
There you go.
Cooking with comics.
What show you got? You have a YouTube show or something? Or just
We were just on it.
YouTube Cooking with Comics show.
I'll
Called
send it
Laughs
to you.
with Larry Cooking with
Pimping,
Comics.
man. What the hell are we doing?
He's pimping it. Don't worry. We're gonna.
How do I find it?
I'll show it to you after the
That doesn't
show.
help me. What about the people listening?
They
at home?
know.
They're gonna watch it later.
Go on
Oh,
YouTube
yet another
and laugh.
person getting annoyed at you.
YouTube.
YouTube Laughs with Larry Cooking with Comics.
Right.
We have like
You got it? Why don't you go on your phone now
No,
instead
I
of
don't
sitting there?
need you to tell me about it, because you know what? I can go online.
But I talked about
Right.
it before. I'd say it once a show. Who the fuck are you to get on here and start your shit now?
Well, you know what? Everybody else is pimping everything. Let him pimp his show.
He can pimp his show anytime he wants.
Listen,
now I'm a pimp.
Are you kidding me? I talk about it. He's on my fucking advertising list. Every show I talk about MERS. I talk about BAC Systems.
Oh,
and
you
then I
haven't
talk
mentioned
about
MERS
Larry
all
Izzo.
night.
I mentioned MERS. I mentioned the Library Cafe. I mentioned BAC
I'm going to
Systems.
go back and look at the TV.
Yeah, you do look at the tape. And Larry Izzo's tape up here now because I like
Now
him.
I know how to find Larry.
No, Larry Izzo, laughingwithlarry.com. Who the hell are you?
Graz's little notes over there looks like my glove compartment.
Go on your vacation, all right? For board up extraordinaire Richard Zarelli. For Larry
Thank
Izzo.
you, Graz.
For Larry Izzo, cooking with comics. Ah, fuck you, too.
Laughs with Larry Cooking with Comics.
For professional Vinny, soon to be executive Vinny. Vinny, thank you, Vinny. For Rob Keane, who I'm about to kick out and not be seen for a while and get suspended. And for this man, the funniest man I know, Bobby Inns 41 in Zarello. Robbie, oh my God. Good night, God bless. We're here next week, and then we're off for 2 weeks for Thanksgiving and the week after.
Red Wave.
Red Wave.
Like it.
For Vinny, for Izzo, for Zarelli, for Inzi, for Grazade, and for Keen, and for Bobby Lacer inside with Sicko merchandising. Oh my God, I can't fucking talk. And StrongOutTV.com. Good night. God bless. We'll see you next week. Thank you, Larry Izzo, with your show, and I appreciate it very much.
Good night, everybody.
Now, we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets and a situation that we can all understand, whether we have kids or pets or neither. It's from a man in Cincinnati, Ohio. And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is last goddamn time. I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that is, that's up-tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying.